There we go. There we go. Okay, I think we're good now. We're good now. We're good. Yes, yes, yes. All right, guys. Tap, tap, tap the screen. Tap, tap, tap the screen. Tap, tap, tap the screen. If you could, let's knock out the little love you so much. It is the daily gift goal is 1 coin. It'll help boost a lot, push us out to the FYP. And you guys can hear me okay? Everyone can hear me? All right, so I need a small favor. So whenever we have any type of, technical issues, it's always a little bit of a slow start, right? It always causes a little bit of an issue. So what I need you guys to do, if you don't mind, there's 108 people hanging out here. We got a bit of a slow start. I need everyone to do all the wonderful things for me. Tap the screen, share the live. If we can get at least 50 shares, like kind of quickly, 50 shares, that'll help push us out to the FYP. Also, send your daily heart me. It's only 1 coin. It's only 1 coin. It'll help push us out to the FYP as well. We need the things. We need the things, right? So, guys, it is Brunch with My Creator, where we normally do an interview. And I had an interview scheduled for today, but there was some a bit of a conflict, some issues. And so Dean was not able to actually make it. And so he and I are going to reschedule. He's going to be on Brunch with My Creator. We just won't be able to do it today. But I figured, you know what? With that being said, we're not going to let it stop, right? We're not just going to not do Brunch with My Creator. So I wanted to make sure that I got on here, and I had an idea. I wanted to kind of talk to you guys for a moment, but I'm doing well. How are you? I wanted to talk to you guys, but I also wanted to hear from you. I thought it would be good to hear from you. So I want to talk to you, and then I wanted to go through and find out. I'm going to tell you guys about a couple of things, and I want to know from everyone, like, what do you guys want to see? And not just with Brunch with My Creator, right? Because Brunch with My Creator is an interview style fire chat, right? Or fireside chat interview, right? With your favorite creators. And so one, I want to know, who would you like to see, right? Who would you guys like to see me actually interview? Who would you like to get to know more? But then also, I want to get feedback from you guys on the other things that I do, right? Whether it be late nights and things that you guys might want to see on late nights, but also things that you guys might want to see me do with sparring, right? Because with sparring, I tend to try to change it a little bit. I don't know if you guys got to see my last background, but I'm trying to do something a little bit different. But with that being said, I want to hear from you guys, right? So we'll get into that in just a few minutes. But before we get going, so if you guys are, and again, guys, I'm gonna let's lock in and do the things, right? Let's keep tapping the screen. Let's get the likes up to 25,000 likes. Let's get the shares up to at least 50 shares. And also, can we knock out the daily gift goal? It's the little 1 cent, love you much. Can we knock those out a couple of times? Again, if we can do that, it'll help push us out to the FYP, and it'll help actually get more people in here, because I want to hear from you. Also, guys, with sharing the live, only share it out maybe once or twice. You don't have to spam share, Mac, so that's good. Spam sharing will hurt the live. We don't want to share it out too many times from the individual person. So if everyone can share just maybe once or twice, we'll be good. So with that being said, since we are actually going to do things a little bit, no, you're good, Mac. You're good. You're good. Like I said, what we are actually going to do is we're calling an audible. And today, Brunch with My Creator will be a Q&A session. I'm going to share a couple of things with you guys, and then I want to hear from you. I want to hear from each and every one of you. Hey, Moose. Hey, Moose. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday. Now, if you've been around with late nights, you've heard the new song for late nights. You've heard the new song for late nights. And we also had a song special made for sparring, right? Hey, Allison. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Amber. So you've heard both of those, but I would be remiss, and I would have been derelict in my duties. Hey, Jonna, over on YouTube. I would be derelict in my duties if I did not do the wonderful things when it comes to Brunch with My Creator. With that being said, would anybody, hey Sheen, hey Belinda, would anyone like to hear the new song for Brunch with My Creator? Hey Alicia, hey Miss Curry, hey Amber. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, 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 okay. All right, all right. I guess the yeses have it. I guess the yeses have it. Let me make sure. Wait, can you guys hear this? Did you guys hear that? Yes? Okay. What about this? Hmm. Okay, okay. What about this? It is. Hold on. That's funny. I was trying to. There we go. That is funny. All right, guys. Like 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Hold on. Fix this. Let's fix this. There we go. There we go. All right. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. That was almost embarrassing. That was almost embarrassing. All right. One more time. You guys ready? You ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? There's no sound? Wait, can you guys not hear me now? Thank you for the manifesting. Okay. Okay, so you guys can hear me. You guys can hear me. Let's check the soundboard one more time. Yes, W spell check. W spell check. W spell check. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to go ahead and get into it. We are going to go ahead and get into it. Let's go. Without further ado, I introduce the newest song for Brunch with My Creator, which happens to be my favorite one. Like, I love Late Nights with Santana song. I love Sparring with Santana song, but this Brunch with My Creator song, it's awesome. There's a delay. There's a delay. Is there a delay? Can you guys hear me? Is everything okay? No delay? Well, then why would people say in the chat it was a delay? I don't know. Okay, well, all right. Exalt.
Brunch with my creator, yeah. We're just having some fun. Relax, sharing the moments when the cameras are done. The real you, real love, no filter, no show. See at a table, let the world know. Brunch with my creator, can you see? Yeah. It's the human side of the screen. Grab a plate, take a sip, and let's unwind. Tell me what's really on your mind. Beyond the likes and the crazy trends, what's the story you don't post to your friends? No scripts, no filters, just you. What makes you laugh, what you've been through? The ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. We talk it all before the moment goes. No spotlight stress, just your real side. No highlight reel, just the truth inside. What's the dream you keep tucked away? What keeps you grounded at the end of the day? See, this ain't for the clout or the fame. It's for the soul behind the name. So come on in, let the people see the human like you and me. Brunch with my creator, yeah. We're just having some fun. Just relax, sharing the moments when the cameras are done. The real you, real love, no filter, no show. See at a table, let the world know. Brunch with my creator, can you see? Yeah. It's the human side of the screen. Yeah. We laugh about the comments, the wild DMs. Talk about the real when the screen goes down. What keeps you strong when the pressure's high? How do you heal when the love runs dry? What's your why? What keeps you moving still? What's the joy the algorithm can't kill? The wins, the losses, the lessons learned, and the moments where your spirit burned. Then we open the floor, let the people say hi. They've been watching your journey, now they see why. It's more than content, it's connection too. And today's the day they meet the real you. Cause behind the post there's a beating heart. Behind the numbers there's a work of art. Brunch with my creator, that's the space. Mask off, let me see your face. Brunch with my creator, yeah. We're just having some fun. Just relax, sharing the moments when the cameras are done. The real you, real love, no filter, no show. See at a table, let the world know. Brunch with my creator, can you see? Yeah. It's the human side of the screen. Brunch with my creator, yeah.
Yeah, guys. So that is the newest song for Brunch with my creator. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Did anyone enjoy it? Anyone like it? Anyone like it? Yeah. Awesome. Listen, it's my favorite one. Honestly, it's my favorite one. It's absolutely my favorite song. And it's the one that is going to be heard the least, right? Because we all know, late nights, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sparring throughout the rest of the week at different times. But Brunch with my creator is a special thing, right? It's special in the sense that I only do brunch with my creator with certain people and at certain times. With that being said, I have next week already confirmed, knock on wood, as long as there's no issues. Would you guys like to know who's going to be on Brunch with my creator next week? Is anyone interested in knowing who's going to be on next week? Yeah. All right. So next week, Brunch with my creator, which that's August the 3rd, we will have the one, the only Athena, or Covey, depending on what you guys call her. But next week, we're going to have Athena. She is going to be on Brunch with my creator. We're going to learn more about her, how she does, what she does, why she does, what she does, all of those wonderful things. So next week, our special guest on Brunch with my creator will be Athena. Absolutely. Mm. So with that being said, guys, I have actually really been trying to do a couple of different things when it comes to ensuring that we do. You can stop spamming. Are you doing debates? Does it say? Look, do you see the background? You see the background? Does it say anything about debates? Say anything about debates? Willie West. No, thank you. You're muted. You come in here promoting your mixtape or whatever. Anyway, so with that being said, I want to hear from you. You said, can you bring Parker on one time? Parker has already been on Brunch with My Creator. Hey, Sabrina. Parker's been on Brunch with My Creator. It's on my YouTube. If you guys haven't seen any of the actual, if you haven't seen any of the Brunch with My Creators, they're on the YouTube at Santana Speaks over on YouTube. And not only do I have all of the Brunch with My Creators, but I have all the other like all sparrings. I have late nights. I have short form content. I have a bunch of stuff. So if you've missed any of my Brunch with My Creators, including Parker, Johnny, Jessica Simone, Elizabeth Booker Houston, who else? There's a lot of people. So if you've missed any of those, then yeah, go check it out. Now, with that being said, I want to hear from you. Yes, Brett Cross. Brett Cross was on. I've done Brunch with My Creator as well. So for anyone that's just joining and you guys are a little bit confused as far as what's going on, because it was supposed to be myself and Dean today. Dean had a little bit of a conflict, and so he was not able to actually make it. We're going to reschedule, and I'll have him on at a different time. And with that being said, we are doing a Q&A session. I played the new Brunch with My Creator song. I told you guys about the guest that we will have next week. And now what I want to do is just kind of open up from you. So if you want to actually request up, get in the box. I want to hear from you in the multiple senses. If there's anything that you would specifically want, if there's any topics that you would like to hear me talk about on Late Nights with Santana, get in the box. If there's any type of debates that you would like to hear me do on sparring, get in the box. Also, if there's anyone specifically that you would like to see me debate, interview, whatever the case may be, get in the box. Go ahead and request up. The floor is now open. We'll take questions, and not only with me as far as like the actual things that I just talked about, but we'll take any questions. Delivery, how are you?
Santana, it's good to see you, man. How are you doing?
Likewise, I'm good. Just just enjoying my morning coffee. What do you think about the song?
Oh, I love it. It's smooth. Smooth.
It's
reminds me of that early 90s smooth. I love those. Love that era of music.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, what do you got for me?
So, two things. One, at least as a topic, I don't know if debate necessarily, but just as a topic of conversation, the idea of one day everyone will have been against this.
What do you mean?
So we're starting to see a shift in public opinion regarding Palestinian rights. And I'll be real blunt. I have a very shaky hypothesis that they're grooming Tucker and Candace for a run.
At office? Oh, I doubt that. That one, I don't think either one of them could win.
But why else then would they have gotten ahead of the curve? Because think about it, right? Everyone is driving this conversation from being an anti-Zionist, anti-G-side one into let's keep this quiet until it can be an actual anti-Semitism conversation. I mean, we've all seen the emboldened racism and Yahtzees.
Yeah, we have.
And so my fear is there is a concerted effort to shift the narrative straight past the one that really needs to be had into one of, all right, now time for take 2 of 1940. Let's make it global.
Yeah.
And like I don't really have a lot of evidence other than the fact that Piers Morgan is acting as the slow coach on the propaganda train, and Tucker and Candace got ahead of the curve, which they never really do because they've been ideologues for my whole life, basically. So it doesn't really make sense. And so I think that the idea that people are trying to get ahead of the moral conversation is really dangerous. Because as I saw someone post on here, the kind of joke, the North always remembers, and people are keeping receipts. So like the idea that you could suddenly either shift towards both sidesism or like the two-state argument when you've been quiet for 2 years is problematic when it's not just 2 years. It's generations of violence. And so to me, there needs to be a conversation had about whether someone is an advocate or like a bandwagon person.
Okay. Yeah. I get you. I understand. I think that would be a great topic, right? So one thing that I was having a conversation with someone about yesterday is when people are genuine about what they do, right? And something that bothers me is when people are willing to shift from one position or the other, whichever position suits them in the moment and whatever position gives them, such an opportunity, whether it's like, making money or whatever. So with that being said, I think that's a great topic. I think that's a great topic because one, we can't forget, what's happened not only with the G side in Palestine or with the Palestinian people, but also like the multiple G sides that are happening all around the world. And the point when we start to try to normalize it, or there starts to be certain people that try to colonize the conversation around like what's happening, and they start to try to use those for their own benefit, that's when it becomes a real issue.
I'm kind of concerned that the tactic is dual faceted. So not just shift the conversation from making anti-Semitism meaningless to actual anti-Semitism, but also at the same time embracing the reality of this particular violence because it can help take the conversation away from Congo, Sudan, Eritrea, and so on. And
I think that happens a lot where people try to, focus on one thing and then not necessarily talk about the other. But then also in other instances, they try to put situations against each other. I've seen a constant push of people who have said, it's only what's happening in Gaza and no one's talking about what's happening in the Congo, or like, and that's, like, there should never be an instance where we're saying like, oh, it's this one thing and everything else can go to hell, right? We need to call out injustices everywhere. We need to continue to, support everyone that's dealing with this. And so, yeah, I think there's a lot to that.
Thank you. I find it particularly problematic because I find that these like single issue people who think that it's only about Palestine or it's only about Congo or it's only about this fail to recognize that it's a same enemies kind of conversation. All of these people who are doing these horrors all over the world are all the same people. Like it's always the same people. And so You can focus on one, absolutely, especially if you're focused on aid or actually like bringing help to the people who are suffering, or even just bringing your time to them to show them that people care. That's invaluable too. I mean, I can't count the number of people I've met who only get onto TikTok for a break from the reality they live in every day. And I mean, I know I do it as a privileged white Westerner. So I can't imagine this being my only decency.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that back. I'll workshop that. And that's definitely something I would love to actually get into. That definitely sounds like a late nights conversation. So
probably be a lot of 4-letter words flying around in that conversation.
I think so, but it'll be worth it. It'll absolutely be worth it.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing, right? Is the idea of the difficult conversations being the ones that need to be had. Because if people can retain their composure, be, politic, so to speak, I hate that word, but the idea of actually having conversations and not just yelling at each other at the same time, progress can be made. Like, I'm not one for platforming a Z. Like, I just won't. Like, it's not my, like, I'm not creating space for them.
You said who?
For Z's, like Zionists. I don't.
Okay. I thought you were saying someone specific.
No. But like, when it comes to the conversation, I do believe, like, I'm an anarcho-communist, right? So like, I think that there is a very strong trend in leftism to attack the people between you and the enemy first. And that's stupid. Because a liberal is someone that will listen. Not all the way, right? Like, I can have a conversation with them. We'll disagree on some things, and that's fine. But we will not disagree, hopefully, on human rights. Exactly.
Yep. I say that all the time. And I think that's the big difference. And I think that's where we are as far as like understanding. And I even say this all the time. I'm not going to debate human rights. Like, there's absolutely no reason, no point, and I refuse to do it. I can debate policy. I can debate stands. I can debate whether you think we should be spending money on the military. Like, I can debate all those things. I cannot debate if you think that, the people of the queer community deserve equal rights. I cannot debate if you think that women deserve equal rights. I cannot debate if you think that Black people, any people of color deserve equal rights. Like, I refuse to do that. Like, I can debate any and everything else, but I will not debate human rights. So
no, it's not just a slippery slope. It's the literal cliff. And they walk us all towards it with the hope that we'll miss that missing step. Because once you fall, you're doing their work for them.
Yep, I agree. But look, I'm gonna go ahead and I appreciate you coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it moving. I want to get as many people in here as possible. But I appreciate you coming in and sharing with me, and I definitely think that's a direction to go.
Thanks. Appreciate the moment. Keep moving, brother.
Perfect. Thank you.
You, sir.
All right, guys. Listen, again, this is Brunch with my creator. I am only looking for people to come up with questions. If you want to actually, if you have a question, anything that you want to see on Brunch with my creator, any topics that you may want to see me do with Late Nights with Santana, anything that you might want to actually see me do on Sparring with Santana debates, I am here. I am listening. I want to get more feedback from you. I think it's important to actually do that, right? So if there's any guests that you guys are hoping to see, if there's any topics that you're hoping to actually speak on, or that I speak on, all of those things, right? I want to hear from you guys. All of those things, I want to hear from you guys. So request up if you are looking to have that conversation. Also, if you just have any questions, if there's any questions that you have for me, you can request up and we'll talk about it. Pink, Nikki, how are you?
Hi, how are you? So nice to meet you.
Likewise. What do you got?
Long time listener. Oh my goodness. Okay. I would love you to talk about movements. that are like happening that you think are beneficial. I think that's because I think people are very frustrated that we see all of this stuff online and we have nowhere to put our energy. So I think you should put movements out there that you think that are good. Like maybe the People's Sick Day.
Yeah. No, listen, it's funny. So Parker and I have had this conversation a little bit, and then I was listening to him talk about it yesterday, and I completely agree with him in the sense that we need to start putting our time, energy, and effort into ensuring that people know like what's happening in around the world, and whether it be protests, whether it be movements, whether it be just like any way to engage and energize people, because a lot of people for some reason think that they have to do things in one way or the other. But the most important thing is actually doing things that's gonna benefit any and every one. So I agree. Yeah. So take the floor. You got the floor. Tell the people about the People's Sick Day.
Well, we are a working class Americans that we want to come together and do better. We are called the People's Sick Day. We are a national movement. This is not a political. We take anyone because the system is breaking us. We are no longer part of a system that benefits us, and we have demands, and it's about survival. So we want fair pay, we want healthcare, we want rent control, and we want accountability. And so I have the link in my link tree if anybody wants to join the Discord for the People's Sick Day. And it makes it easier. We have daily actions that we are supposed to do, and it helps keep everybody moving in a direction so we don't feel so complacent. Because it was like, I was very frustrated, like I'm very emotional and I'm watching the world crumble. I feel like Chicken Little, I feel like the sky is falling, and I'm like doing whatever I can. And so I like grew up like in the MLM era, and I'm really good at like seeing value in people and knowing that like we can do so much together as long as we do it together. Absolutely. And so this is why I saw the value in the People's Sick Day, because we are just everyone, Fox News infiltrated our Discord and talked about us.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Mary
weird.
Trump talked about us on her podcast.
Okay.
She says that we are a force to be reckoned with. So I would love for you to do your diligence and look into us. And we go live Monday through Friday night at Caress Marie 4. And it's like, let's do it. We can do this together. And I would love for you to cover movements because we can't. The sky's falling.
Yeah. No, listen, thank you for coming up. I completely agree with you. I think that's a great call out. And again, it's something that I've been having conversations with. I think there's more people pushing in that same direction now, right? More people saying the exact same thing that you're saying, as far as like, we have to take back the power, and it's going to be up to everyday Americans to do this, right? I mean, like it's literally our lives, and the way that things are being done aren't conducive to everyday people having a happy or successful life. So I completely agree with your sentiment.
And if we all have use our TikToks and our voices for the best, I mean, it's for our kids and our kids' kids. And if you're not reading like Project Esther and all those things, like, get educated, people. That's what we have to do, because education is so powerful.
I completely agree. Well, listen, hey, thank you so much for coming up, Nikki. I appreciate you sharing that. And
I'm in my Sunday mess.
No, listen, you're awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
I hope to see you on a live.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. All right. Like I said, this is Brunch with My Creator, Q&A edition. So I am looking to hear from you, right? I want to hear more from each and every one of you. If you actually have anything that you would like to share, any input, people that you would like to see me interview, any topics that you would like to see me cover on late nights, any type of debates. Also, just any feedback that you have, right? The most important thing for me is ensuring that whenever I come on here, because when I do go live, it's about providing some type of substance, right? I never want to be in a situation where I'm doing things that I think that I want to do. I always want to do things that I think would be something that you guys would want to do. So when I do, I want to always hear feedback from you. Oh,
Santana.
hey, buddy.
Yo, dude, I just got a text from Effie saying that the time I had scheduled to come up here was right now. And then I was like, what the? I thought that this was supposed to be yesterday on Saturday.
Bro,
But
I
but
knew
then I
you were
checked-
out of it because you were traveling.
But then I checked your texts and you were like, oh, you did say on Sunday. So I just wanted to come up here and apologize for that. Like I fully thought that the time that I was rescheduling was something yesterday at noon, not today.
Listen, when you text me at like 1 something, I knew you were going to be like completely out of it. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I knew exactly what was going on.
What a mess, dude. Yeah, I just wanted to come up here and personally apologize for that. And I was wondering if because you do this weekly, do you want to? I would love to come up for like a full blown hour, like next Sunday. Is that something that works with you?
Well, so next Sunday I have Athena. She's gonna be my guest. But we can reschedule. We got time.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, even somebody in the comment section said in the live that it was yesterday. Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. I'm all over the place. Getting back home from LA was rough. I had my connecting flight back home and that was delayed, and then I ended up getting in at like 3:30 a.m. So I was all out of it. How about this? I'll touch base with you.
Yeah.
I'll touch base with you and we'll get some figured out. Honestly, like I would be down to do it like right now today. But I do have a scheduled dinner with my grandparents later.
Yeah.
If I didn't have that, I'd just be down to do it on the go like right now. But I just wanted to come up here and like personally apologize to you about that. And just shoot me a text.
Stop it.
Shoot me a text when you're off for the day. We'll get something on the books for one of these weekends.
Yeah, it's all good. Like I said, I mean, I know how I know what you were doing. And so like that had to be taxing in LA and then getting back to Colorado and your flight and all that. So I already knew when you sent that text, I could tell like it was one of those things. So we're all good.
Cool, man. Well, hey, if once you're done with your stream for the day, feel free to join my stream. If anybody's saying some shit that you don't like, if you want to come up and coach for a little bit, feel free. Maybe that's the way I could help make it up to you is by extending an invitation for you to join my live if you wanna.
Yeah. I appreciate you, bro.
Awesome, man. I hope you have a good. Oh, God.
Would you like to hear the song real quick?
I would love
like
it.
2 minutes.
Yeah, man. I got 2 minutes. Take it away.
So this is the new song that was made specifically for Brunch with My Creator.
Brunch with my creator, yeah. We're just having some fun. Relax, sharing the moments when the cameras are done. The real you, real love, no filter, no show. See at a table, let the world know. Brunch with my creator, can you see? Yeah, it's the human side of the screen. Grab a plate, take a sip, and let's unwind. Tell me what's really on your mind. Beyond the likes and the crazy trends, what's the story you don't post to your friends? No scripts, no filters, just you. What makes you laugh, what you've been through. The ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. We talk it all before the moment goes. news. No spotlight stress, just your real side. No highlight reel, just the truth inside. What's the dream you keep tucked away? What keeps you grounded at the end of the day? See, this ain't for the clout or the fame. It's for the soul behind the name. So come on in, let the people see the human like you and me. Brunch with my creator, yeah. We're just having some fun. Just relax, sharing the moments when the cameras are done. The real you, real love, no filter, no show. See at a table, let the world know. Brunch with my creator, can you see? Yeah. It's the human side of the screen. Yeah. We laugh about the comments, the wild DMs. Talk about the real when the screen goes down. What keeps you strong when the pressure's high? How do you heal when the love runs dry? What's your why? What keeps you moving still? What's the joy the algorithm can't kill? The wins, the losses, the lessons learned, and the moments where your spirit burned. Then we open the floor, let the people say hi. They've been watching your journey, now they see why. It's more than content, it's connection too. And today's the day they meet the real you. Cause behind the post there's a beating heart. Behind the numbers there's a work of art. Brunch with my creator, that's the space. Mask off, let me see your face. Brunch with my creator, yeah. We're just having some fun. Just relax, sharing the moments when the cameras are done. The real you, real love, no filter, no show. See at a table, let the world know. Brunch with my creator, can you see? It's the human side of the screen.
All right. What do you think?
Dude, big fan. That's great. I love it, man. That was awesome. Hell yeah, Santana.
I think it's
Hell
like
yeah.
a really chill vibe.
No, man, I like it. That is a chill vibe. Well, no, like, yeah, just I was about to say, like, well, just one last time, I apologize for the miscommunication. But it wasn't even like a miscommunication. It was my misunderstanding. So I'm all over the place,
Bro.
Jesus. But no, have a good stream. And like I said, I'll be in touch, and we'll get something on the books. And one last big apology.
All right. Listen, bro, you know how much I appreciate you. Yeah, we'll connect later.
Awesome, man. Take care.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, listen, we're going to keep it moving. Like I said, this is Brunch with my creator. And I know a lot of people just hopped in and you might not know exactly what's happening. So today, Brunch with my creator, we were supposed to have Bean on. There were a little bit of miscommunication between he and I, which is all good. We're going to keep it moving. So what I am actually doing at this time is a Q&A session, right? So I am trying to get specifically from you guys what you would like to see, not only what you would like to see on Brunch with my creator, who you may want to see me actually interview. I would like to get feedback from you guys about different topics you might want to hear me talk about with late nights, or even any suggestions you have with sparring, or if you just have any questions. So if you are interested, go ahead and request up, get in the box, and I will be bringing people in. So yeah, there's that. Also, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. This is the main account. Go ahead and hit that follow button. Make sure that you're actually following me. Someone I see in the chat said, have you interviewed Parker yet? Yes, I've already interviewed Parker. And I just saw someone say, interview Athena. I'm interviewing Athena next Sunday. Athena next Sunday. So yes. With that being said, again, if you are interested in actually coming up, if you have any questions, if you have any anything that you want to share, go ahead and get in the box. Jolly, how are you?
What's going on, man? I think we've co-hosted with Carbon a couple times.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know if you recognize me or not, but
yeah, your voice. I recognize your voice, not your profile picture, but definitely your voice.
Cool, dude. Well, I guess it's nice to talk one-on-one. I've been thinking a lot about like strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know, I guess, like, what are your takes on what we ought to be focusing on? I guess, like, what do you think is the priority, like, of the left or not? Because sometimes I'm like,
non-voters.
Huh?
Easy. Non-voters.
Non-voters?
Yeah. So listen, there's a misconception that we need to somehow, or target people who are quote unquote MAGA supporters, people that vote on the right. And even there's some fucking tours that for some reason think that we need to reach out and bring them over, but that's not what we need to do. Like there's about 10 million non-voters, and like that's the difference between Kamala Harris sitting in the White House and Donald Trump sitting in the White House, right?
Yeah.
So our attention needs to be on those people as far as non-voters, and not only like the attention being on them, but like find out why they don't think it's important to vote. So
Yeah, that's an important thing to know. I guess like what do you what topics, I guess, do you think we can run to like motivate those people to vote the most, I guess?
Well, I think that it's not necessarily a topic. So the problem that I think the Democratic Party has is as far as like the establishment, right? Not necessarily like us, the people on the left, but the established Democratic Party. The problem that they have is that they tend to try to tell voters what they should want. And that's not how it should go. I think they need to listen, right? So I think there needs to be more Q&A sessions, right? More town halls, more opportunities for people to speak and for us to completely get feedback from those people as far as what's important. And then once you get that feedback, then run it, right? I mean, like, I don't think we should cater a message that we think that will reach them. I think we need to find out why they're not voting, what's important to them, and then bring that to the table.
Yeah, I guess, you know, that's a fair point. Because I mean, this is probably, my guess is why you're kind of running this right now, right?
Well,
and it's
sort
part
of,
of it. Yeah, like part of it. So I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It's like it's sort of futile, I guess, to just like think in your head about which topics you think are going to make the most difference, and rather than just like you know, just do something like this and then you'll get your answer, you know.
Yeah. And also, my opinion is one of the reasons I feel like Kamala Harris lost the election is because she didn't go far enough, right? I think there's a misconception that people say, oh, you're extreme leftists and da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, if we actually leaned into the things that make the left special and drive home the point that like, hey, yeah, we do want people to be able to have a happy, healthy, and successful life. We want to increase the minimum wage so everyone has a higher standard of living. We want to address healthcare and do more than the ACA. We want to address, you know, student loan debt and all these things. Like, if you actually run on the real things that's bothering people and the real thing that keeps people from, you know, being able to think about higher level issues, like if you address their basic level or basic needs, they'll vote for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely partly that, and the other big issue is going to be the association with like just like how bad the COVID pandemic was, right? Like for the economy, and people were just like, oh well, my you know, my bank account was better like under the Trump administration, therefore I'm gonna like, you know, vote Trump rather than Kamala. I mean, so I mean, even if we did that, you know, who knows what would have happened. I think that what you're saying is a big component, but of course the other side of it is just, I mean, it's just unavoidable. So why we, you know, lost. But.
Yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of people don't understand like how things work, and I'm just going to be honest, right?
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that don't, and they equate like, oh, just because life is good, then it has to be the administration that's in office, or life is bad and it has to be the administration in office. And when a lot of times, a lot of people don't vote down ballot, right? That's a huge thing. A lot of people don't necessarily understand like the local politicians affect you way more than on a day-to-day basis than, you know, like your president. Now, there's issues in you know, the federal government that affect us on a long-term you know, trajectory, but like day-to-day, it's local politics.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think I've also given some thought as to like why people like loved Trump so much. And I think I was sort of introspecting and looking back. Like I remember in like 2014, 2015, when you see like all these people like Ben Shapiro come up, and like all of the people on YouTube on the right wing who like their whole platform was just destroy the left, like destroy the left, destroy the left. And I think at some point the Conservative Party kind of became or I guess movement kind of became a reactionary one. So then all they really cared about is we want somebody who will quote unquote destroy the left or make like the libs mad. And I think there's nobody else who does it like Donald Trump, I think, in their eyes.
I think that so again, I have my own issues with the Democratic Party. And I was speaking with someone about this a couple of days ago, but I think the thing that the Democratic Party failed at was they focused too much on Orange Man Bad, right? Yes, we understand that in 2020, the Donald Trump fatigue was at an all-time high, right? And so they could lean into, how horrible he is because we were living through it, right? And so with that being said, it was much easier to focus on how bad Donald Trump was and what he was doing. But then when you go 4 years of being under the Biden administration and people not understanding why inflation was so high and, not understanding why things were so hard, even though the Biden-Harris administration did many great things to actually help and spur on recovery, they don't know how to brag and they don't know how to target their message. And so once they came back around and the whole focus was Donald Trump is the worst, Donald Trump is the worst. Yeah, we know Donald Trump is the worst, but when you're telling people like Orange Man Bad the whole time, there's certain people that are just going to dig their heels in and say like, hey, you guys are just trying to turn us against him. And it makes it harder for anyone to accept anything.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually true. You know what? Donald Trump, he gains like so much. It's like so beneficial for him because he just gets to sit there and brag the whole time.
Yeah.
And then, the Democrats will just sort of like, they'll refute him. But then, everybody else at the end of the day will be like, oh, well, the Democrat, you guys haven't done anything good. You haven't done anything because the Democrats don't brag about anything, So it's sort of like you're just, I guess we were just too focused on like, attacking one side without actually just sort of, at the end of the day, making it so that way they do choose us in the end, right?
I completely agree.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess no, that's actually very good because I was wondering like, what should we do? I guess, and that's like bragging about the things that we have accomplished. That's actually.
I tell people this all the time. Like the Republican Party hasn't passed any legislation within the last 60 years that's been beneficial to everyday Americans, right? I mean, they literally have not, but people don't know that because they oftentimes ride the coattails of the things that the Democratic Party does because they don't know how to actually brag about the things that they do. Like I've said this, Donald Trump. Someone said, oh, Donald Trump is the type of person where if he bought you a pair of shoes, he would never let you forget it. And I'm like, no, that's not who he is. Donald Trump is the type of person that if he saw you buy a pair of shoes, he would say that he bought you those pair of shoes and he would never let you forget it. Like that's who he is. And so like there's just a lack of people understanding who's doing what, how things are happening and things along those lines.
Yeah, and I think another reason why is because if you get a guy who brags, all the time, and then you hear like somebody on the left, criticize him, we'll say that like, he brags about something, and somebody on the left says, well, no, that's not true. XYZ, XYZ. The guy has bragged about so many things. Like the viewer will just be like, well, I mean, okay, maybe that's not true, but look at all the other things he's bragged about, right? Like the average viewer doesn't have time to look at, every single refutation of every single thing that Donald Trump says. So it's just sort of like an impossible game you have to play. The only other option is just do what you're saying, I guess, is like you brag yourself and then see if you can do the same thing without lying, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, because the Democratic Party has done such great things, and without actually, making those great things known, then people, I mean, not everyone digs into politics or policies or bills or whatever. Like there's plenty of times I speak to people and they have no idea about anything that's been passed. And my favorite thing to do now is when I talk to a Trump supporter, you can't say the word pew pew, but I say nuke to your head, name me 3 Donald Trump policies that were passed. And they can't do it. But because the Republican Party doesn't pass legislation outside of getting things passed specifically for tax cuts for the rich, right? I mean, the the big bill that was passed within Trump's first administration was the TCJA, and then nothing else was really passed outside of that. There were a couple other smaller things, and the big bill that's been passed so far is the BBB, which overwhelmingly is going to be negatively impacting to most Americans, and it's going to add $3.4 trillion to our debt. It's going to take approximately 10 million people off of Medicaid, and then they're working on getting another 7 million off the ACA. It's going to cut SNAP benefits. It's going to be like negatively impacting overall in so many different ways, but it's going to make the rich wealthier. Like, it's going to be the largest wealth transfer in United States history, but that's the only thing that they get passed. They don't pass other legislation. So
Yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, at this point, like, see, the anti-Trump sentiment has spread so far. I mean, they're not making it very difficult, for the Democrats to win. So yeah,
see, that's the thing. Like, Democrats are gonna fall ass backwards into a win, and they're not gonna do enough. Like, that's my problem.
Yeah.
Like, they need to actually do more instead of just actually, again, Orange Man bad. Yes, we know Orange Man bad, but like, what are you actually doing? Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to hear like, oh, we're just combating Donald Trump. Yeah, cool. Combat him and have a plan. Like, do something that's going to benefit everyday Americans.
Right, because like otherwise, what's to stop from something different happening in the future, right? Like, somebody else comes along, and then like you don't learn from your mistakes, and then you just like keep attacking, this like one guy without like making a case for yourself. Yeah. No, I mean that's I think that's about right. Yeah. What do you have you interviewed Carbon yet?
I have not. I was thinking about that. Thinking about that. Carbon's on my list. I have a few different people on my list, and I've been chatting with a couple of different creators. It's just about getting them in at the right time. And then I don't do brunch with my creator every weekend, but Carbon's definitely on my list.
Yeah, dude, you definitely should interview Carbon. Absolutely, you would be a perfect one. The guy's ridiculously smart. I love that guy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I guess because I only do like Phil bro conversations. What do you what are you comfortable with talking about? Like, you're not. I mean, I don't really know if you think that the quote unquote existence of God, I guess, for you would be a good or a bad thing, or whether or not you think that that's not a use of your time. I don't know.
Like, the thing about religion is I don't really debate religion because I do believe there's a God, right? I've never talked about this on my live because whenever I talk about or debate certain things, I don't like to give like personal opinions or personal positions, right? So a lot of people think they know how I feel personally about certain topics when they don't. They just know the position that I take because it's a standard position. But when it comes to like religion, I do believe that there's a higher being than myself. Now, the issue that I have with a couple of different things is, one, who's to say whose religion is right or whose religion is wrong, right? So I have an issue with certain people saying like, oh, this is the one true religion and da-da-da-da-da. And then the other thing that I have a problem with is that people weaponize religion, right? Like, if you are going to say that you believe in Christianity, or if you believe in this or that or whatever, like, are you living by the principles of the religion? And mostly all religions, the common thread that they have is like being a good person and doing good things. And the people that actually claim to be, religious or Christians or whatever, often are some of the worst people you can find. And I have a problem with that. So.
No, yeah, me too. No, yeah, same. I mean, Carbon usually does the why is being lesbian wrong? Like, debate tag. Obviously that comes up all the time. So that's mainly, I guess, like why I like spend so much time like, learning about philosophy for things like that. Because I mean it's mainly just like for those purposes. Otherwise I probably wouldn't even waste my time like learning philosophy, because I'd be like, who cares if somebody believes in whatever being, I don't really care. But But yeah, I mean, so like, I guess, would you like, do you feel comfortable with things like, you know, abortion topics or topics like that, or like, you know, trans rights topics that like, you know, might go there a little bit? I don't know. What do you like into the philosophy realm or?
Show you something. This is my background for the debates I've been doing. I don't know if you can see this. But the things that I say is AB is women's rights, free healthcare, tax the rich, defund the police, and protect trans people.
Nice.
Right. So as far as like feeling comfortable with talking about those things, absolutely. But even more so, like the only thing that like with topics, the reason why I pick my topics is because those are one, things that I believe, and then two, it's the understanding of like those are the things that are important to me. And so, like I said at the beginning of the live, is I won't debate human rights. Like there's no instance where I'm gonna have a debate with people whether, you know, people deserve basic human rights. Now I'll debate you on policy, things that are in place, whether, you know, this should or shouldn't be passed, like should we put money here or there. But if you're sitting here telling me that like people within the queer community don't have the ability to either exist or, you know, love who they want to love or be who they are, then like there's no fucking debate there, because like everyone deserves basic human rights. So
right, yeah. All right, well, that's pretty much all I had. It was nice talking to you, man. You should come
Absolutely.
up on Carbon's Live, you know, again sometime.
Absolutely, I appreciate you.
Yeah, all right, see you, man.
All right, have a good one. Guys, yeah. Listen, this again is Brunch with My Creator, Q&A edition. We had to call a bit of an audible, and so I am just taking questions, comments, feedback, whether it be people that you would like to see me interview, people that you would like to see me debate, topics that you would like to see me cover, just anything that you got. I want to hear from you. So if you want to actually get in the box, if you have any questions, things you want to see, whatever the case may be, go ahead and request up. Also, W's in the chat for Joanne over on, or Jonna. I always mess up your name. Jonna over on YouTube, who sent a $20 YouTube super chat to say, as a subscriber, I don't know how to access the Discord. I love to come up and talk to you about the with the environment protections rollback yet. Yeah, no, listen, absolutely. As far as the Discord, you should have a link. You should have a link to be able to access the Discord over on YouTube. If for some reason you can't do it, then shoot me a DM, or you might have to send me a go. Do you have a TikTok? I guess that's where let's. It might be easier. I gotta put my link tree over on YouTube as well. Anyway, we'll get you in the Discord. Just let me know. There's multiple ways. Anyway, guys, if you're interested in coming up and if you have a question, comment, whatever the case may be, go ahead and request up. We'll get more people in here and we will keep it moving. So let's grab you. If for any of the subscribers, all you have to do, oh, you don't? Okay. All you have to do is click the benefits in your subscription, and it'll give you the link to get straight to Discord. Tort, how are you? Tort, are you there? Tort going once. Tort going twice. I hear you moving in the background. Are you coming back to your phone?
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Yes. How are you?
Oh, man. Sorry, I thought I had you on my Bluetooth.
All good. How are you?
My bad. I got spotty shit, but I will make this quick in case. The topics are decolonialization, and basically how to reject our own prejudices. Like, I was talking with a friend, I hit it quote unquote, but he's willing to change his mind, and I need to be able to combat the the ingrained things, and I'm still like trying to find resources, and basically it's how do I become a better person for and reject the hate that we're taught.
Yeah. You know what? That's kind of the trail we've been going down with late nights, right? So for the last couple of weeks, couple of months, we've been speaking on the topic of intersectionality, right?
I saw that.
Yeah, and so we started with the like the first one we did was called Know Yourself or Know Thyself. I can't remember, but it spoke to like the inherent biases that we all have, and then understanding that, and then we started to go further and further as far as understanding like different marginalized communities, how people are affected, and all of these different intersections, and really like how do we know when we're doing good things, bad things, like blah, 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 blah. But I think to your point, I think that's a great thing to move forward to as well, as far as like, all right, now that we know about all these things, like how do we actually break them down? How do we deconstruct them? How do we
have that conversation?
Yeah.
Like, because I don't want to use problematic language, but I don't want to sit there and be like, Marx this, and just sound like I'm just coming out from a far radical field where I'm just like, no, dude, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's primarily that. And the other thing is possibly getting involved with the community, like methods for that. Because I don't know about other people, but for me, C19 caused me to go into antisocial behavior. And I am trying to break away from that and I want to get involved.
So more so like reintegrating. I agree with you. I think that like C19 caused a lot of different harm in a lot of different ways, and one thing that I know for a fact is that it had made people more recluse and being stuck in the house, and then having this like social distance, and like it was a whole thing. And so it shifted the trajectory of people, period, right? In which, social media coupled with that, a lot of people tend to live their life on a screen instead of actually being out and about and doing the things. So I think that's a great thing as well, having a conversation around like basically, hey, how do you get out and touch grass? Like how do you go find the grass so you can touch it? Yeah, no, I love that.
And appreciated. The last and final thing is consider doing middays with Santana, because I'm getting old, man, and I can't stay up that late.
Listen, the thing about that is, I'm on the West Coast. I don't know where you are.
I'm on the Midwest, Indiana.
Okay, so I'm on the West Coast, and contrary to like the critics online, I have a job. So I work during the day.
Oh, my bad, dude. My bad.
No, all good. I work during the day, and then so sometimes I hop on and I'll do some debates. But it's easier to do like sparring in the middle of the day versus like late nights, because with late nights it is a panel discussion. It is fully fleshed out. It's a lot of conversation, and it's really thoughtful. And honestly, like I try to make sure that when I do that, I protect late nights, because it's different. It's really important. But with sparring, like if I do an hour worth of debates, then okay, it's an hour. If I do 2 hours, if I have to cut it short or whatever the case may be, then it happens. So I'm a little bit limited when it comes to being able to host, late nights earlier. But that is a conversation that I've had, and it's something that I'm trying to possibly plan around. Maybe I block out my schedule for a certain amount of time. There's also been some conversation, like if there's like a holiday and I can do it or whatever. So that is something I've been thinking about as well.
That was honestly more of a joke, but no, that is a completely valid
No. It's something that we've talked about. Like literally me and the people that help me do what I do, we've had that conversation, and it's something that we want to try to do. Have that panel discussion during the day and see how we can get people involved.
To add to the decolonialization thing
Mhm.
is identifying propaganda.
Mhm.
Because I'm currently, like the last caller, I'm searching in anarcho-communism. I'm very baby on this,
Mhm.
but basically trying to fact check and vet the information in order to discover what is the propaganda, what is true.
Mhm.
And the point is that, like, yes, I was talking with someone who has a 9th grade education, and I'm we're working on getting them their GED into school and everything,
Mhm.
but I need to be able to communicate with them without disrespecting their experience.
Yeah. People tend to get offended when you invalidate their lived experience. And that's why whenever I have these conversations, I always tell people like, hey, not trying to invalidate your lived experience, but like using just your anecdotal experience is not indicative of like everyone. And
Right.
and whenever I have these conversations, I like to talk about the larger crowd versus just the individual. And so like that's always something to think about. So I get it. It's really walking that fine line as far as like, hey, I hear you have this experience and I'm not negating this experience, but you do have to realize that it's not all about you. It's bigger than you.
Yeah.
So
And I want their material and social conditions to get better so that they can have a better education and do better. Like,
yeah.
But sorry, I don't want to take up all your time.
You're all good. You're all good. I appreciate you coming up.
Thank you. I don't know how you drop me down or whatever.
I got you.
I'm
Don't worry
old,
about
man.
it. I got you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
All right, guys. Hey, tell me what's good. I appreciate you so much for sharing the live. Thank you so much. We only want to share it out just a couple of times, though, because spam sharing will hurt the live. We don't want to do that. But thank you so much for sharing. Guys, listen, this is Brunch with My Creator Q&A edition. Normally, I have, one of my friends up here, and I interview him. There was a little bit of a issue with the schedule with Dean today. And so I decided to actually take this opportunity to speak to you guys, right? So what I'm doing is if you are interested, you can go ahead and request up. Not only am I taking feedback from you as far as who would you like to see me interview, right? Just an FYI, next week I have Athena lined up. So Athena is going to be on, Athena or Covey, depending on how you know her. She will be on Brunch with My Creator next week. I have a bunch of other creators that I've already interviewed, a bunch of creators that I got lined up that's coming. I'm going to reschedule Dean as well. But then also I would love to hear if there's any topics you would like for me to speak on with late nights, any type of debates that you would like to have me have on sparring, or, maybe someone that you would like to have me debate, right? So all of those things. So if you're interested, then go ahead and request up. I'll be talking to, I'll take a few more questions, talk to a few more people. Go ahead and get in the box. If you're not following me, go ahead and hit the follow button. Look up at the top. Make sure you're actually following me. This is the main account now. Make sure you're following this account. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and grab a subscription. We've got an amazing Discord, a bunch of really cool emotes. You get a fast pass when it comes to late nights with Santana, so you can get up on the panel and join the conversation. You get a 5-minute tag me in when I'm sparring. So if I'm debating and you are a subscriber and you're like, I could take this person, all you got to do is drop in the Discord like, hey, tag me in, and then I'll bring you up and you can help me debate whoever I'm debating. And then also when I'm doing this Brunch with My Creator, you get priority as far as being one of the people that come up to get to ask a question to your favorite creator. So if you are not a subscriber, go ahead and grab a subscription. The Discord is really cool. The people are really cool. It's worth it. All right. Again, anyone who wants to come up, and if you have any questions, comments, anything, not just limited to the platform, right? If you have any other questions, get in the box. I'll take any questions, and we'll go from there. So let's get the next person in. Oh, I don't know what just happened there. All right, boom. Hey, Jenny, how are you?
Hi, Santana. I'm good. I'm a little nervous.
Oh, no, nervous? Why?
I don't think my question's that smart. Like, looking
No,
back.
listen, any and every question is welcome. What you got?
Okay, so you know how you everybody does like, why did you vote for Trump?
Mhm.
A lot of, well, at least what I've heard, a lot of them are like, why are you so focused on him? Da, 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 da. So what I was
Mhm.
thinking, what if like one of these times you did, why didn't or why wouldn't you vote for Kamala? Because not only would that just take that argument right out of their mouth, but that would also open the gate for the people who didn't vote for Trump, the people who didn't vote, or the people who voted for, like, I don't want to say useless, but people who they knew wouldn't win. And that's something that me personally, I was very interested in. And yeah.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Shifting that attention. And I think a lot of people do it in different ways and they say it in different ways. And I agree. Like the only issue that I have, and this is the issue that I have with the people that say, why are you so focused on Trump? He's the president. He's literally the president of the United States of America. So in order for them to say, why are you focused on him? That's nonsensical. But I get what you're saying. Like, I think there's a lot to be said about why certain people decided that it was more acceptable to vote for a 34 count felon who has 26 credible claims of SA and has also been civilly held liable for SA and grape. The fact that he's an open racist, sexist, classist, and a fascist. Like, there's certain people that said that they went one of two directions. They either said, oh, I am morally superior, right? And I think that there's no need to vote for her, so I'm going to vote for Jill Stein or Cornel West or RFK Jr. And they wasted their vote, and because they're on some type of superiority kick, or it was just certain people that were willing to hold their nose and say, oh, he's not that bad because racism, sexism, or their wallets. And that's what it boils down a lot to, is like people, I'll say this over and over and over. People that were willing to vote for Donald Trump fall into one or two categories. Either they are selfish or they were ignorant. And being ignorant isn't a bad thing. It's just, like they don't know. And so I think those are the categories as far as people that were willing to actually vote for Donald Trump. Now, I think the better question would be is, how could you still support him today knowing what you know? Like, I think that's the better thing.
Yeah, I completely agree. And then I see so many Trump supporters coming up, and you and everybody will give like a factual thing that he did, and they'll be like, oh, well, I didn't know. And it bears the question, why would you vote for someone and you didn't do this research on them? Like, I just don't understand. I was doing research even when I was like very young, like I barely even knew what a president was, and I was still researching why it was important and stuff like that. So I just don't understand.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think a lot of people lean on their feelings, and then also aren't really that inquisitive, right? I say this all the time. Like, a lot of people vote for what's comfortable, and you have a lot of people who said, well, Donald Trump was the president before, and things weren't that bad, when really they were, right? People have revisionist history, but also they for some reason think that it's better to actually vote for someone that you at least know something about versus taking a quote unquote risk on someone that you don't know something about, because a lot of people are just lazy. And so, that's an issue that we have to address.
Yes, I agree. That's spot on, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the only thing I had.
Okay.
But I think for when you do sparring with Santana, when they come up, your first question should be, name any policy that they.
No. See, listen.
They can't name any.
And that's the thing. So the reason why you don't want to do that is because that's the gotcha. right? So you hold that until they say, well, I voted for policy. Okay. Then you drop it on them. And if you do that at the beginning, then you open it up and they have the ability to say, well, I didn't vote for him because of policy. I voted for him because things were so bad and da 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 da. You let them walk their way into it. That's the thing about me. I like to let people like set themselves up, and a lot of times like certain people, whenever I'm on, I have like friendlies on my panel, and like they're helping debate, they'll try to hop in and they'll try to cut people off when they're saying like, certain things, and I'm like, no, let them say the thing first. Like, let them get the thing out and then flip it on them.
Yeah, you are one of the best debaters. You are like the funniest one. I know, like, as soon as I come up here, like, I'm just gonna laugh it out and learn. And that's like a great thing. So thank you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I don't know how to drop off.
I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Again, listen. This is Brunch with My Creator Q&A edition. So I am actually taking any and every question, feedback. If there's certain things that you guys want to hear me talk about on late nights, any topics that you would like to, any topics that you would like for me to actually cover on late nights. If there's any people that you would like to see me debate on sparring, or any actual topics that you would like to see me debate. And specifically, if there's anyone that you would like to see me interview on Brunch with My Creator. Like I said, today we were supposed to have Dean, but there was a little bit of a conflict of schedule. So we did not get an opportunity to actually get Dean in today, but we'll get him rescheduled. We have Athena scheduled for next week. We also, over on the YouTube, have a bunch of great actual Brunch with My Creators that I've done, right, with people like Brett Cross, Jessica Simone, Parker, Johnny, just a bunch of great people. So if you have missed out on any of those people on Brunch with My Creator, go ahead and hop over to the YouTubes and then, get caught up. Hey, Heidi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. Heidi, what you got?
I just had a question. I love watching your debates and all that, but I feel like I may have missed this, but I just wondered what your origin story was and how you into this.
Yeah. So for me, it all started, really started in 2016, right? What up, Hector? Started in 2016 when, I did not think that Donald Trump could win the election. I voted for Kamala Harris, and I went to bed. I'm sorry, not Kamala Harris, holy smoke. Hillary Clinton. I went to bed thinking like, yeah, there's no way this guy's going to win. Hillary Clinton's going to be our next president. And then I woke up the next day and, Orange Man was the president-elect, which was not good. And so then 2020 rolled around and I was like, all right, this guy cannot stay in office. I have to do a little bit more. I have to talk to people. I have to talk to my family, right? And so I was like, yeah, I'm going to let my family know, like, hey, you guys should vote for Bernie Sanders. And so I was on the Bernie Sanders train and I was pushing for Bernie Sanders. And I'm so mad at South Carolina because I'm from South Carolina, but South Carolina was the place that flipped the momentum and basically handed Joe Biden the Democratic nomination. But again, I talked to my family and I got them to vote, and I made sure that we voted, and Joe Biden won. And I thought, okay, all good, we're good. But then 2024 rolls around and Donald Trump comes back, right? And I wasn't excited about Joe Biden, but then when he dropped out and Kamala Harris stepped in, I was over the moon thrilled with the opportunity to have, the first Black woman president, and then also someone that was younger, someone that I feel like would have more progressive views, blah, 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 blah. And so I was like, okay, I need to do more than what I've done in the last two elections. And so not only did I donate to the Kamala Harris campaign, but I bought like T-shirts, I bought mugs. I started phone banking for Kamala Harris. And then from that point, I actually started to come around the TikTok spaces. And it was because of my wife, because she used to watch like Parker and Dean all the time. And I was like, what are you watching? And so I started to see that. And so from that point, I started to actually hop into other people's spaces. And then one time I went up on a live, and I had like 400 followers, maybe, because I wasn't really doing anything except posting like workout content. And I went up on the live, and I was up on the live for about 10 to 15 minutes and just talking. And I got off of the live, and my follower count doubled. And I was like, oh, this is weird. And then I realized people actually wanted to hear the things that I said, in which I never thought that anyone would ever want to listen to anything that I have to say. And so from that point, once I got the ability to actually, cut on my camera, I started to live stream my phone banking for Kamala Harris. So I would just set up my phone and go live, and then actually make those calls to potential voters. And then in between the calls, talk to the people on the live, so they could see like what it looks like to phone bank, how the script goes, what type of reaction I got from the different people that I talked to. And from that point, it just morphed right into like, what can I do to push things forward as far as the election, as far as what's happening. And from that point, it's just like developing. I wanted to do more. I wanted to help people. I wanted to engage in different conversations, and so on and so on and so on, and until we get here today.
Okay, that's really cool. And I have one follow-up question. As far as phone banking goes, do you feel like you had some success with that? Like, is it worth volunteering to do that?
I think it's worth volunteering and doing anything that you think that you actually believe in, right? And so I believed in Kamala Harris. I believed in her campaign. I believed in her message, and so that's why I did that. The only reason I get on live and hold these lives is because I believe the things that I'm saying, and I believe the things that I'm addressing is important. So when it comes to holding these conversations, whether it's conversations about intersectionality or hosting debates, like I only do this and I only put my time and energy and effort in it because I believe in it. So was phone banking for me worth it? Absolutely, because I believed in it. For other people, I don't know if it was necessarily worth it for them. I do think that the people that I spoke to is really interesting. The one thing that I remembered is a lot of people that I spoke to, and so I don't know how truthful they were, but a lot of people that I spoke to were just like, oh, I'm already voting for Kamala Harris. I'm like, oh, based, right? So I think there was a something with that. Right. I don't know if people were willing to actually be truthful or whatever the case may be, but overall, yes, I think it was beneficial and worth it for me.
Okay, cool. Well, awesome. That's all I had. And then if you could drop me down.
I got you. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much. Hey, hello. Hey, Shirley. I always mess up your name. I'm sorry. All right, guys, I'll take a few more questions. If you are interested in coming up, this is Brunch with My Creator, Q&A edition, meaning that I am willing to hear if you guys have someone that you would like to see me interview, right? If there's anyone that you guys like. So the thing that I want people to make sure you know about Brunch with My Creator, it's a fireside chat conversation, right? And so it's an interview with your favorite creator to get a behind the scene look. Shirley, there we go. I'm sorry, Shirley. And so the premise behind Brunch with My Creator is getting your favorite creator out of their normal space. No, get up here. I have to hear you come up. I have to hear you say it for me. Like, please request up. I have to hear you say it for me because I'm going to keep messing it up unless I actually hear it. Can you please request up? Oh.
Hello.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna drop you down. Request right back. I apologize. I hit the wrong person. Give me 1 second.
Fine.
Thank you. Sorry. All right. Shirley? Cheryl? Okay.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Hi, Santana. I'm actually from Sydney, Australia. It's Cheryl.
Cheryl.
That's
Cheryl.
right.
Oh, I'm so bad at names. I'm sorry.
I know the spelling is different. Sorry. Yeah. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. This is my first time actually joining TikTok. I don't actually know what to do with it here. So can you drop me out?
Wait,
I don't
wait,
want
how about, can I have just a few minutes? Because you're always here, and like I see you supporting all the time. I would love to, talk to you for a minute. Is it okay?
Oh, sure. Sure.
So
What would you like to know?
you said you're in Sydney.
That is correct. Yes.
What time is it there?
So it's 5:41 a.m. I'm about to get ready to go to work. So yeah,
Oh, it's Monday.
it is. Yes.
Oh, you're in the future.
I am.
Okay. Okay. Are you from there, or do you just live there?
So I came here. I'm an immigrant, so I'm from the Philippines originally, and I grew up here, Daddy.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay.
my whole family lives here.
Do you love it?
Oh, loving it. Yes.
Okay. What's the weather like there now?
It's unpredictable. Sydney is always like, one day it's really hot, and then next day it's gonna be like raining and all that. So
Okay. Okay. Last question for you. What's the most dangerous animal you've come across living there?
oh, I would say kangaroo.
Really? Why?
Yes, definitely. So if you kind of like came across kangaroo and you sort of like try to touch them or anything like that, they'll be
Mhm.
like trying to grab you and kick you. So be
Mm,
careful with kangaroo. Although they look cute, they're very, very
okay.
dangerous, I would say.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I did send something in what do you call this paper. Did you get them? Because I'm not quite sure if I got the right one.
Oh, and PayPal?
Yes.
Let's see. I haven't been checking. I did. Thank you so much for the $10. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. I wasn't looking. I appreciate you. That's so
No,
awesome.
I came across your TikTok because I originally just created TikTok just to watch Parker and Dean, and then I think one time you came on board with Parker, and I was like, oh, this Santana guy is really cool,
Thank you.
and I was like, oh, he does, you seems very smart, so yeah.
I try to be. I try to be. Yeah.
No,
No.
I think
I.
you are, you are.
Yeah. No. I love Parker and Dean dearly. I love a lot of people that I've actually become like real friends with here. So yeah. But absolutely, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate the spaces that we share together. And like I said, like you're always here. Like you're one of the
Oh, I
people that I
try.
always count. Yeah, I count on seeing all the time, and whenever I see you, like I appreciate you even more.
I got a question for you. Do you know
Mhm.
who Eli is? I think he's one of
Yeah.
yeah. He got upset with me the other day because I'm new with TikTok, so I don't really know how to do TikTok. I'm 47 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he was with what's his name, Dean, the other
Mm-hmm.
day, and I accidentally sent some gift to this MAGA guy, and he was like really upset with me. And I was like, I'm so
Oh,
sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
oh, yeah. No, I'm sure Eli didn't mean it like that. Eli's awesome, and also I'll let him know. I got you.
Well, I told him like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I don't even know what happened, but apparently I gave to somebody, and I was like, oh, I don't really know what TikTok do and why. The only reason why I actually joined here is to, yeah, just to listen to you guys and all that. So
Yeah, no, listen, I'm sure it's fun, but thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Like I said, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your support. I just like you're someone that puts a smile on my face anytime I see any of your comments or I see like just your engagement because you're always so positive and it just means a lot to me. So thank you.
oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for educating this magazine because I seriously don't understand. I come up here, they say things without, any fact checking or whatever, or doing
They go
research,
all
and they just
vibes and their fifis and a
no,
tum tum.
I don't know, nonsense. And they will say, oh, never heard of that. I'm from Australia and I heard every shit that, Trump have done. So I don't understand why they can't or they don't understand. I don't
Well, you
know.
know what? When they say stuff like that, I just say,
Why the fuck you lying?
because that's all they do. They're just
Yeah,
liars. They're lying.
yeah, it's interesting. So I've been watching you guys and I'm like, oh my God, thank God to my parents that wouldn't actually go to America, because I'm not scared,
Yeah.
to be honest. Like being Asian immigrant, it's yeah, I've seen how they've been treated and all that, and I was like, thank God I'm in Australia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, hey, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yep. You
Take
have
care.
a wonderful Monday.
Oh, well, thank you. Take care. Bye, everyone.
All right, guys. All right, guys. Again, this is Brunch with My Creator. This is a Q&A session. We had a bit of an actual shift, and so I'm taking questions, suggestions on people I should interview, topics that you would like to hear me talk about when it comes to late nights with Santana, people that you may want to see me debate when it comes to sparring with Santana, and just any other questions or whatever that you guys may have. My favorite song is when, oh yeah. Like that's like, we know what they're about. We absolutely know what they're about. So again, if you are interested in coming up, if you have any questions, if you have anything, go ahead and request up. We will keep it moving. Nate, what do you got?
I have a question for to ask to one of the debaters.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering if you could ask them what do they think about Canada becoming the 51st, and if Trump could start another world war if he decides to invade their closest ally.
Yeah, no. That's actually a good question, and I can definitely do that. I mean, I think that the people that actually, when I've had that question for them, they usually give me one or two answers. Either the first answer is, oh, he doesn't really mean that, he's just saying stuff, and then I'm like, well, why would you say that? It's like super harmful. And then there's certain people like, oh yeah, we should do that, which then those people are just delusional. But I think that we know for sure, like alienating our allies is one of the most harmful things that we can do, especially when you talk about our allies to the north and the south. So like, I completely agree. I think that anyone that's willing to say like, oh, we think that, Canada should become the 51st state, or we should take the Panama Canal, or we should take Greenland, like there's some wild and wacky people, but I don't think they have any real understanding of premise or like what would happen if the United States actually did any of those things.
I also have a follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that Trump is friends with Sean Holmes. I do have a theory that he has something to do with the court case and he's innocent.
Wait, say it one more time.
I have a feeling that Trump said something like to make P. Diddy look innocent.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Like, so this is the weird thing, right? Donald Trump has, not only does he have a long documented history of friendship with Jeffrey Epstein, but he has a noticeable history with Diddy, right? Whether there's pictures of them, like he's spoken about him multiple times, and even more recently, right, when he was still before the verdict came out, the question came up, and people were saying like, "Hey, would you pardon him?" And he floated the idea of actually pardoning him. Right. But he talked about like how, oh, he used to like me, but he doesn't necessarily like me now. I don't know if he really how he feels anymore, or blah, blah, blah. And so like we know for a fact that the actual premise behind Donald Trump, as far as like how he feels about people, is, do they like him or not? And if there's someone that shows any type of reverence towards him, then he's willing to do whatever. So yeah, but they definitely have a connection, and they have a history, which is something that a lot of people don't talk enough about. Not only is it about Epstein, but the people that Donald Trump has put around him, right? Epstein, he's partied with Diddy. Like literally, he tried to have Matt Gaetz become the attorney general, and Matt Gaetz has credible allegations for having schmecks with underage women or girls at that time or whatever. Like he puts PDF files around him. Like there's something to it.
Yeah. Um, I also have. I don't know why Trump would stop the funding for Ukraine after. I know Biden did give a bucket load of their money to support Ukraine, hopefully to put an end to the conflict that's currently still going on after like what 3 to 4 years around there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Donald Trump tried to play a game, right? He tried to play a game in the sense of thinking that he could be buddies with Putin. And also, like, I think it's something there as far as Putin having some actual, leverage on Trump. But he tried to play a game where he thought that he could buddy up with Putin and actually guide Putin on certain things or whatever the case may be. And then, so that's why he did things like slow aid to Ukraine or actually cut off intelligence to Ukraine. But now he's learned that like there's no negotiating with Putin. There's no actual getting like Putin to do the right thing. And so now he's finally taken the position where they're really starting to back Ukraine because he realized that he can't get anything done with Putin. So hopefully there'll be more of a shift and there won't be any more delays or any issues with funding or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it's wild how he tried to control the narrative, and then he had to learn the hard way.
Another follow-up question. So I have a question relating to people who have like mental health issues and mental health conditions. So let's say if someone had epilepsy, how would that work with them if they don't have the money to afford their prescriptions?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure about that one. So I know that like there's been a whole thing as far as Donald Trump and the Trump administration looking to cut healthcare through the BBB, and then also like they're looking to affect the ACA as well. So I'm not exactly sure about that. I'll look into it and see what else information I can actually find. But like that's one of my huge problems with like not only this administration but the Republican Party. They tend to not think about the most people that are in need and how those people will be able to even live if these things are done. But see, the problem that I have with that, right, is that you see a lot of people who have medical issues. You see a lot of people that are lower income. You see a lot of people that directly need these things, and then they vote against their best interests because of racism, sexism, or because they want to own the libs, or just because they've fallen for propaganda. Like people literally on Medicaid and SNAP benefits voted for Donald Trump, even though Donald Trump ran on cutting those things because they were more convinced that they were going to hurt other people and not them, and now they're actually hurting them.
I see, and I am epileptic.
Mm.
I was born with it since I was a baby, but we did not know that at the time. I do plan on becoming an actor, but actor or director, but I don't think I'll do that now until Trump is out of office, because I don't want to go anywhere near the stage currently.
Yeah.
And I also have a question between let's say if a Canadian went to the US for a vacation, would they get deported by the ICE thing? ICE.
Yeah. So I know that they're saying they can't really hear you that well. So as far as like the way that people are being affected with travel, yeah, certain people coming in from certain countries have been affected by ICE and ICE detaining them. It's so dangerous, right? When you have like this militarized force that's profiling people. Like, let's be clear, the only reason that they're going after certain people is because they're profiling them and they're targeting them based on the way that they look. And so that's what's actually happening. But yeah, so I mean, that's why a lot of countries are telling their citizens like, hey, don't travel to the US right now. It's a real thing. Anyway, Nate, I appreciate you coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down and get the next person in.
One more thing. I know for a fact that Hawaii has the most visitors from Canada.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm sorry, they were saying they can't really
Thank you
hear you
for
that
having me
well,
up,
and I
and
can
I
barely hear you.
support,
I appreciate you coming up.
for you, Dean, and Parker. Thanks for having me up.
Thank you. All right, guys, we'll take a few more questions. Again, this is Brunch with My Creator, Q&A edition. If you have any questions for me, any whether it's someone that you would like to see me interview on Brunch with My Creator, again, next week, we are going to have Athena or Covey, depending on which name you know her by. She will be my special guest. Any topics that you guys would like to hear me talk about on Late Nights with Santana, any people that you like to see me debate with, sparring, or just anything at all, right? Any questions, comments, anything that you have, go ahead and get up here and we will keep it going. Let's see here. AB, how are you?
I'm good. There was a girl that was up earlier, was like, I'm nervous. And I'm like, oh, why? And now I'm like, I just think you're so cool.
Oh.
I sent you a Venmo saying if I wasn't so gay, I'd have a crush on you.
I remember that.
Do you remember? That's
yeah,
me.
it was
That's
so
me.
funny.
It's so true. You're just such a great dude.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
You're all right. You'll do in a pinch.
Yeah.
I do really love the queer topics. I think I said that too. And I'd love to see more of that. I would love to see like some interviews with specifically trans creators.
I got some people lined up.
Do you? I thought you might. And I love that it changed. It was something about just queer. And I'm not a trans person. I'm a cisgender lesbian. But the part of the LGBTQ community that's under attack right now is the trans community, and like their lives are, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's just insane. And that's a fight that I believe in. So I love seeing that.
Yeah.
Especially trans topic. I need you to take AB is a human right or something. I need you to change that, because every time I hear you say it, I'm like, what? Because that's my actual name is AB.
You know, the TikTok is a thing.
I know, it's
TikTok is so like this. So this is the problem that I have with certain people when they come up and they're like debating and they're like, oh, well, I'm going to say this or I'm going to say. You don't think that I want to just be able to say the words? Like, you think it's my decision to say AB instead of saying like the actual? Like, no, stop it. Like, just be like, follow the rules. Like, this is not on me. So
yeah, it's insane the things you can get taken down for.
Yeah.
On the TikTokers.
Yeah,
so yeah, that's really it. I really love the trans topics. I really love to see like cisgender men standing up for not only queer people but for women as well. And as a queer woman, I just want to say that I really appreciate you. I got a total friend crush. And yeah, I'm not a commenter. I'm like a lurker, but I'm in your lives all the time, and I appreciate you. And you're a super cool dude.
Yeah, I appreciate you more. And like, so the thing that I tell people all the time is the topics that I bring up are the things that I talked about. Not only do I believe in it, it's important to me. And so like some of the people that I love the most are part of the queer community. And so I would be remiss if, you know, I have a stage and an opportunity to actually speak to people. And I would be remiss if I only spoke on topics that were important to me or things that affected me. Like I have to make sure that I'm putting things out that are important to others, and also that, you know, certain people who don't get their voices heard, that I give them either space to share their voice or I amplify their message. And that's why it's so important. So.
And you do. And that's why your space feels like a safe space for people like me and others in the LGBTQ community, where a lot of times we don't have spaces, or we don't have many spaces where we feel safe. And you cultivate that kind of community, and like it really does mean a lot to queer people.
Yeah. Well, you know, like I said, the most important people to me help guide me in multiple instances, including like not only my moral compass, but making sure that I fully understand. Because the thing that I know for a fact is, for as much as I try to educate myself on the queer community or learn, like there's still so much that I can learn, so much that I don't know, and then even more than that, it's things are always changing and growing and developing. And so with having those people close to me, it gives me the opportunity to become a better version of myself. And so like having not only you, but people of the community in my space and directly in my circle only makes me better. Like it means so much to me.
And that's why I would have a huge crush on you if I wasn't so gay. Case in point.
Thank you.
Case
I
in point.
appreciate
It's
you
been
so much.
it's been super nice being able to talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
So thank you. You have a great day.
You as well.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
For people asking if they can request up, absolutely. I am willing to talk to any and everyone. You guys go ahead and get in the box, and we'll take more questions. Again, we're taking questions behind this is Brunch with My Creator Q&A session. So if there's someone that you would like to see me interview, go ahead and request up. Tell me about it. If there's a topic that you would like to hear me talk about on late nights, go ahead and request up. Tell me about it. Or if there's someone that you would like to see me debate with sparring, go ahead and come up and tell me about it. Or if you just want to come up and talk, tell me about something, you can do so. Santana, let me up. I'm in the request with you, or I'm upset with you. Sure. One, you're not in a request. I don't think you know how requests work. You're definitely not in the request, though. You can't just say that you're in the request and then like you're there. You actually have to click the request button. There's a blue and pink icon that you actually have to click in order to get into the request. And you're not in the request. Anybody can request up. There you go. All right. So Vert, you said you got a issue with me? Or you're upset?
Not really, but like I've been listening to you since like for months, man. Back in January, you were in a live, and you said something about Batman, and it ruined it for me. And now I can't watch Batman in the same light anymore.
What did I say about Batman?
You said his superpower is white privilege.
It is. It's white
That's
privilege.
what I'm saying.
And I got one better for you. Everyone that he ever fought was a dope fiend.
You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And that's what I'm saying, man. I love Batman. Probably my favorite, but like I can't see it in the same light anymore.
I mean, like, and also, like, let's be real, right? You're a billionaire, and you choose to, instead of actually doing things that would benefit humanity in other ways. Which, don't get it wrong.
Bums on the street. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, what are we doing? Like? Come on, Bruce. Come on, Bruce.
Yeah, I've been trying to address that for months, man. I appreciate you letting me up. I love what you do.
Absolutely. Thank you. I do love Batman. I do. It's just, I don't know. He's beating up on fiends. W's in the chat for Cheryl, who sent a $10 donation. Hey, thank you for bringing me up. I was so nervous. Hope you have a good day. Thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate you way more than you could ever imagine, and you did awesome. You did freaking awesome. All right, guys, we're going to take a couple more questions, comments, anything that you have. I'll get a few more people in here. Again, go ahead and get in the box. Elite.
Hello.
Elite, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Wonderful. What do you got?
Well, I just wanted to make a comment. I just discovered your stuff, and I walked in on some live, and you had somebody debating you regarding the trans concerns, and instead of kind of spouting off the information that you know. I consider you very well informed and eager to learn more. You let another caller on that actually was a member of that community. And it really manifested for me because I just thought that's something that can really educate in a showing representation. So I immediately just subscribed and followed, and I just think that that's a very pragmatic way to just share information by representing different groups and letting them speak for themselves.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it because I've seen since I saw you come in, I see you here all the time. I see you engaging all the time, and that means a ton to me. But the reason why I did that and I do that is because there are certain things that I believe W's in the chat for Witty Kitty. There's certain things that I believe in and things that I care about. And I feel like I can articulate those things to a certain point, and I try to, pull up factual information, and I try to share things. But when it comes to, marginalized communities that I try to advocate for, there's a need for them to be able to use their voice when they want to use their voice. And so if there's ever an opportunity to let someone speak for themselves, I will always take a back seat and let them speak for themselves. That's important.
Agreed. And I was wondering, when did you start to get into this content creation with TikTok, specifically the lives? It seems like your community is just, it's a great community. And I just want to know, what was your path to get to that place?
Yeah. So for me, it was about late September that I started. It was after Kamala Harris decided that she was going to run for presidency, or after Joe Biden dropped out and Kamala Harris took over. It's because I wanted to do more, and I ended up joining a live, and my follower count went from 200 to 400 something or whatever. And from that point, I realized it was always weird. I've never thought that anyone would want to hear anything that I have to say. And people for some reason started listening. And so from that point, I've, it's changed. I've done different things. And now I feel like an obligation to always try to bring substance for anything that I do. And so it seems like people follow me for one reason or the other, whether it's the, like you said, giving representation when there's an opportunity for people to have representation. W's in the chat for Dean for the sub. Or whether it's, for the actual debates, right? If they like to hear me go back and forth. Some people just like the soundboards or the comedy or whatever. But I just try to make sure that whenever I'm here, I provide some type of value that people enjoy.
That's absolutely true. And I just wanted to let you know that you are making a positive impact on a lot of people with what you're doing. I know that it can probably feel a little tiring to spout out the facts over and over to so many people that just haven't taken the time to educate themselves. And you have a very humble way of communicating with people. And I think that's so refreshing, because it's very easy for us as more progressive people to just kind of mock those that are ignorant to a lot of facts. But you always tend to have a lot of humility in your communication. And so I just wanted to encourage you. It's nice to see somebody that represents a person of color in this space. I love Dean, I love Parker, but it's also nice to support people that look like me as well. So I just wanted to tell you that. And with that, you can drop me.
Yeah, no, listen, thank you for coming up. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for your encouragement. It means a lot to me. It really does.
You're welcome. Take care.
Thank you. Have a good one. Maritime, I saw what you said. You've never beat me in a debate ever. Squabble up. All right, guys. We'll take a few more questions. If you like to come up again, this is Brunch with My Creator Q&A edition. If you would like to actually come up and we're in a subwave, guys. We're in a subwave. We need 3 more subscribers. We need 3 more subscribers to close out the subwave. If you're not a subscriber, please consider becoming a subscriber. You get access to an amazing Discord with a bunch of resources, with a bunch of really great people. You get a bunch of really cool emotes. Subs, can we drop some of the cool emotes that we have? So you get access to Discord, really cool emotes, but you get 3 special benefits. The first one is a fast pass to join the panel with Late Nights with Santana. If you actually want to come up and join the conversation, then you get an actual fast pass to join that conversation. You also get on Sparring with Santana, which I'll be sparring at some point today. You get what's called Tag Me In. How? If you click, there should be like a star somewhere. If you look to the left of your comments, there's a star that says subscribe, and then you can subscribe from there. So click on the star to the left of the comments where you type your comments, and you should be able to go from there. W's in the chat for SoCal Sun for the sub. Thank you. And then also W's in the chat for Tabby for the sub. But you also get what's called Tag Me In. Tag Me In, where if you put it in the Discord, you got to get in the Discord. If you're a subscriber, get in the Discord. It's in your benefits link. Got to get in the Discord. But you actually drop it in the Discord, and you say, tag me in. You get to come up and help me debate for 5 minutes. And then also with W's in the chat for and let's go and. Also, when I'm doing Brunch with my creator, you get a priority pass for what's called My Question, where you get to actually ask your favorite content creator whatever question you may have. So again, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and consider grabbing a subscription. But we're going to get a few more people in. Again, if you are interested, if you have any questions, comments, different things, go ahead and request up and we'll keep it moving. Hey, Jillian, I see you, Jillian. Jillian, it's because you've been on YouTube so much, you don't know how to use TikTok anymore. W's in the chat for Cheryl. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having me up. I think you're amazing and echo everything everybody's been saying. I had a question on your thoughts or something that I would love to see in lives. I am wondering if we're missing an opportunity to speak more to these people that are leaving, like Trumpism. And my concern is that we have a very small window. Clearly, they put up with a lot of crap and we're okay with a lot. And I'm wondering if we're missing a small window to convert them into actual voters for Democrats. And I'm just curious your thoughts on that.
Yeah. So I've said this like over and over and over. I think a lot of people, for some reason, think that we should be directly like going after them, and I don't think there's an active need to pursue those people, but I do think there's an active need to always be open to communication, right? The thing that I think about like people that are that are willing to support Donald Trump is there's nothing that we're going to say or do that's going to make them change their minds. Right, it's a sunken cost for them, and the more that we try to pull them away from MAGA or from Donald Trump, the more they're going to dig their heels in. But when you talk about those people that are quote unquote leaving, we absolutely have to engage with them, and that's why like whenever I get an opportunity, someone was like, "Oh, I used to be a Trump supporter, but I'm not anymore." I always take time to stop and talk to them. As a matter of fact, I was debating during the day last week, and a guy requested up, and I'm debating. I'm like, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. And when people come up and they say, "Oh no, I don't support Trump," then I'm like, "All right, well, thank you, but I'm looking for debates." And the guy came up and he's like, "Well, I used to support Trump," and I was like, "Oh, okay, what do you mean?" And so I wait for those cues, and those type of people, I will stop what I'm doing to like actually listen to them, because one, I think it's important to hear their perspective. Two, I think it's important to actually be able to use some of the things that they can share. But then also three, I think it's important to let them know that like, hey, regretting your vote isn't good enough. Because I think a lot of them think that, oh, just saying I regret my vote and that's okay. Like, no, you have to, like, once you actually say, all right, I'm not, I don't support him anymore. Like, I can't support the things that he's doing, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Now, what are you going to do? Like, you have to do something. You have to not only educate yourself, you have to look to help other people. You have to look to push out some type of positive message. Like, you can't just say, I regret this. You got to do something.
Yeah, it's my probably my biggest fear in all of this is that they're basically separating, you know, this evil thing Trump did versus the Republican Party, which is a much bigger machine and is still obviously very problematic.
Yeah, and well, the one thing that I try to tell people and get across to them is like the Republican Party is MAGA. MAGA is the Republican Party. There's no more Republican Party. Like, all of the people that used to actually represent what the Republican Party was about, they forced them out, and now they call them rhinos, which is kind of true now, because MAGA is the Republican Party, and if you don't fall in line with the ideas of MAGA, then you are a Republican only in name. So there's like a huge difference as far as what used to be versus what is. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you so much. You're amazing. I love watching you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, guys. How about a couple more? We'll do a couple more. I know you have been waiting for a while. Let's get you in here. Hey, Brookie. Happy Sunday. How are you? Witty Kitty, how are you?
Hi, I'm all right. I just with this bill coming out, I am really, really scared about my Medicaid. To give you a backstory, I'm 27 and I have lupus, and it's pretty severe, and it's affected some other organs, and so I have other issues with it, and so I really depend on Medicaid to survive. And people don't understand that, and they'll be like, well, I don't pay for your Medicaid checks. Well, there's no Medicaid check, so
that's because they don't know things.
I know they don't know anything. It's crazy. And then they're like, well, this applies for disability. It's not that hard. Like, honey, it can take like fucking 10 years to get on disability. Are you kidding me? And if you're young, it's even harder. Like, I'm on my second round of applying, and I'm like, so it scares me whether or not, like, if they'll qualify able-bodied as just not being, like, not having disability. So I don't know, like, I don't know if I'll be safe, and it's scary.
Yeah,
because I don't know what I'll do.
So this is the thing that I'll say in like the it's ACA, Erica, not ADA. Anyway, this is the thing that I'll say, and I was just about to give her credit before she said the wrong thing in the chat. Anyway, this is the thing that that I think we have to focus on like a lot, and it came from ADA site. Okay, never mind. I was wrong. I thought you meant the Affordable Care Act. The actual thing that we have an opportunity to do, and Erica was like the first person that I heard say this, and then I had to actually go back and do like my own research and find out more about it. But like all of these actual cuts that they're looking to implement occur after the midterm elections, right?
Yes.
And so because they're looking to actually, put this on the Democrats, they're thinking that the Democratic Party is going to, win the midterms, because it's a trend, right? I mean, a lot of people don't necessarily do the right things at midterm elections. But so with that being said, there's a small window where if we can take power as far as the Democratic Party, then all of these cuts that are set to be take place can actually be removed. And so the focus has to be on the midterm election, and has to be on getting people in power that will actually allow us to protect people like yourself. And so there's so many different things that we have to do, but it's not hopeless. But we just have to actually, like, I think there's a lot of people missing what's happening, and I think there's a fracture right now within quote unquote MAGA because of the lies that Donald Trump pushed when it came to releasing like the Epstein files. And there's a lot of people that's kind of disheartened, and now there's more people finding out that they're going to lose their benefits. And so like, I think there's a massive need to speak to those people, focus on the possibility of, taking back power. And if we can do that, then we can protect those people.
Yes, and I've actually started to do a disability like awareness live every few days on here, and I got a Discord running and stuff to like give support, because I feel like people with disabilities need their voices uplifted, because we kind of get like out of sight, out of mind.
Absolutely. That's something like I was having a conversation about especially for the last couple of weeks / months on late nights, we've been doing intersectionality, right? And a certain sector of intersectionality that people tend to forget about is the people with disabilities. And so I think it's so important to be able to speak to that. And it's been like eye-opening since I've been having these conversations and learning. There's one thing that like I learned this week, and it was infuriating and like shocking all at the same time. There was a young lady who was up, Megan, and she was talking, and she was like, we were talking about, let me get to the actual because I want to remember we were talking about the ableism axis, right? We're talking about the ableism axis. And then from that point, what actually happened was they told me about how people would actually move them. Like they're in a wheelchair and people would actually move them.
Oh, people do. So I have one, and people move me. Like people will like literally like, grab it and try to move me. And it's like, what are you doing? It's like you're grabbing my legs and like
what in the hell?
They do that all the time.
That is
people are wackos around. Like they're wacko around people with disabilities.
Wild. Yeah. But no, I agree with you. Like, I think there's more of a need to actually not only lift these people up, but to be able to give people with disability a voice, and then also give space to have community, right? I think that a lot of times people with disabilities don't have the chance to really have a safe space for them to have share their stories, share their ideas, share their thoughts, and so. Any opportunity I get to lift those people voices up, I always want to do that.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate all of you guys. And it's funny because I've always been like interested in politics, but it wasn't until around the election that I really got into it. And you, Dean and Parker, were the ones that I first was introduced to. So like I'm grateful to you guys because I've learned so much, and
yeah,
it's nice to see people, especially men, on our side. So
absolutely. Listen, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your kind words, and I hope that I have an opportunity to continue to amplify the voices that need it, and even more so, an opportunity to continue to learn more. Because, like I said, running these topics have meant so much to me, but like learning some of the stuff that I've learned, like, is mind blowing. So,
yeah. All right. Thank you for having me up. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right, guys. So they got Dean, huh? Yeah. All right. Welcome in, Dean Raiders. Welcome in, Dean Raiders. Guys, tap the screen. Let's get the likes up to 100,000 likes. Also, let's if we could, can we knock out the little roses? Can we knock out the roses? This is Brunch with My Creator Q&A edition. I will be Maritime. Ain't nobody scared of you. I'll be I think I'll debate today for sure. I don't know if I'm gonna I'm pretty sure I'll do sparring, but at some point I'm sure I'm gonna be hanging out with some of my TikTok friends. But yeah, if you have any questions, if you with anyone that you would like to see me interview when it comes to but yeah, if you have any topics that you would like to hear me cover on late nights, or if there's anyone that you would like to see me debate with sparring, or if you just have any questions, comments, whatever the case may be, go ahead and request up. I am talking to different people. We'll keep it moving. Boom, boom, boom. There's Manny. Hey, Zeus.
How's it going?
How are you?
Pretty good. Hopefully I haven't rehashed anything because I know it's been a couple days. I kind of want to get your take on fandoms and specifically wrestling fandoms. Of course, with what's happened recently, I'm still getting over Ozzy. That really crushed me. Kind of expected it, but still, it's never, it hits hard no matter what. And then Hogan had to come in and force tag and take the shine away, and get all the attention. But seriously though, I know, seriously. Yeah, I was never a fan, so it made it easier, but regardless, yeah, I'm kind of curious on your take on how people kind of view the separation of the art and the artist. And if they're under a company, obviously that's harder to separate, obviously, because with Vince McMahon, so we could support black and brown wrestlers, but we know that they're working for or used to work for a racist and a misogynist, womanizer. It's kind of hard to separate them from that as well. So I'm kind of curious on your take on how to navigate that in various fandoms.
Yeah. So it's quite easy for me as far as like understanding, like the United States of America is a country that was created and based in racism and sexism and classism, right? I say this all the time. The Constitution was written for white men that own land, right? And then anyone else outside of that had to be given rights, which is wild. And it's a systematic, like the things that are still built in there, it's all systemic. And understanding those things makes it easier to understand, like, how do you live in a world that caters to the patriarchal system. And so it's never been an issue for me as far as understanding like people living and working within the system, because we live in a society. But now when it comes to separating the art from the artist, it depends on where your moralities lie, right? And I'll give you an example. In the Black community, there's someone that's like super controversial. And for me, he is one of the most talented artists that I have ever heard.
I think I can guess who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yep. And I see people already dropping it in the chat. Yeah, it's R. Kelly. R. Kelly. And for as much as I would love to still listen to R. Kelly's music, Ye as well, Kanye West too, but more so, it's R. Kelly is way bigger. But like, for as much as I would love to listen to R. Kelly's music, still, I can't. And it's because of my moral compass and the fact that I know like who he is as a person. Because I tell people this all the time, like I don't support certain people because of like who they are personally, because one, we don't know these people personally, right? Like a lot of people think that I know that. No, you don't know these people, and so you should actually appreciate them for what they do and their quote unquote art. But unless you have a personal relationship with that person, like you don't really know. But then when things are so outwardly heinous, that's where you have to draw the line. So for me, it's based on my moral compass. And when you talk about like the wrestlers that work for Vince McMahon or whatever the case may be, like I can understand that. And then even when you talk about like certain wrestlers who came, because apparently like The Rock cried about Hulk Hogan. I didn't see it, but like I understand their personal relationship with this person,
right?
But also understand that he was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And so like fuck Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's what was the difficulty and the association with wrestlers that I do respect, giving respect to wrestlers that I don't. and that's kind of hard too, because it's like how far are we going to go, you know? And again, like there's a lot of fans that say certain wrestlers, if you're going to be against a certain thing, why are you still working for this company? And it's not that concrete. Like there's nuance.
It's like with the same people like, well, if you hate America, why don't you just leave?
Exactly, right. Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
stop being stupid.
Yeah. They have to understand, like, you know, it's their livelihood. You can't always cut every single I guess strand from where they're making their living. That's very difficult to do. I think it's very naive to expect that. So
and I think it's also a difference for like when it comes to these systems where when you're living within it, to your point, right, you're working for the WWE, which is the biggest wrestling brand on the earth. Yes, there's other places that you can go, like AEW, New Japan, stuff like that. And I think there's a difference where people, again, have to exist within a society, and so they have to work within the structure of what they have, versus those people that actively pursue like nefarious things. And again, the example that I give is, yes, we understand that you know, America is racist, and the capitalistic system is set up to benefit the patriarch, and white men participating in the society are going to continue to actually benefit from that, right? Because they sit at the top of the patriarchal system. But there's a difference between them actually existing in the society, living and working and doing those things, versus them going out and joining the Proud Boys or joining, you know, the Triple K or whatever. Like, that's a different story.
That's a really good point. I try to realize that myself, because when I do get kind of emotional seeing stories coming out and then seeing people that I thought I respected making excuses or defending
those are like the hardest ones, when you see that and you're like, oh, guess I don't fuck with you no more.
Exactly. That makes it that hurts twice as much, because then, you know, now you know a certain person that maybe you did respect, or at least you know, you're okay with them, and then you see somebody you really respect, kind of, you see their moral compass get exposed. It hurts twice as much. And thankfully, like, I don't want to gloat, but thankfully my favorites have always been, you know, kind people, as far as I can tell, and from the stories, like Brett, Foley, maybe a little bit of The Rock. I know he's done some messed up stuff with regards to lying and whatnot. Lita, Rhea, Bray, list goes on, and that helps to kind of stick with the company that I wanted to stop watching for so many years because of who was running it, you know, and realizing that, well, I'm still supporting these good people, so it kind of works out. I guess it evens out.
I will say it makes me happier, and not only within wrestling, but like within society, when there are certain people that you like, and then you find out, like, oh, not only do you like these people, but like they are fucking like they do the good things, right? Whether it be like finding out that like Brett is really down with the culture. Right. Like, I didn't know how hard Bret Hart is, or like Bret Hart really fuck with black people.
Literally.
Or even finding out like CM Punk is really like who he says he is, like an actual man of the people, and he believes those things. Like seeing him out at like the No Kings protest.
That was really cool. Exactly.
And then like, so when you get to see those opportunities of like those certain people that you admire for their art, and then you see things that they do that align with your moral compass as well, like that gives you the ability to really appreciate them.
I think so too. I think so too. And like I said, that makes it easier to kind of stick with these crazy fandoms, you know, full of so much hatred. I've never seen so much hatred.
It's weird how, like, not only I know we're talking about wrestling, but like there's certain quote unquote fandoms that have like so much vitriol, right? Whether you talk about wrestling or you talk about like the gaming community, how it's rampant with like racism and all this other stuff. But then like the interesting one for me is like TikTok, right? And you talk about these communities, right? And this is why I always tell people, because when people come up and like, oh, I'm such a huge fan of yours, and I'm like, no, you're not a fan. Like, we're family. Like I don't have fans, and I would never let anyone say that they're a fan of mine, because one, I'm just a normal person, but two, like, I think it breeds a cult-like behavior, in the sense of, you see people, like, it's funny. I'll watch Dean, or perfect example. Trinity just showed back up, right? So Trinity is someone who is now a part of our community.
Yeah, that was cool to see.
Yeah, no, Trinity's awesome. She's absolutely awesome. And making that shift, and going to where she is now is something. But so Dean and I were debating
someone else, and
her name was Trinity, right? And it was not this Trinity.
Right.
And she made a comment about, bacteria being babies, and that video went viral, and people started reaching out to our Trinity and like harassing her, right? And saying like some of the meanest, nastiest things, and like really going after her, where one, like that wasn't even her, but also two, like, why would you do that? Like, what's the point of like attacking people? And especially in the sense of, like, if you enjoy, a certain person, or a certain space, or a certain thing, for you to actually openly be negative towards other people, like, I don't get that. And so there's never an instance where, like, anyone in my community, like, it's never acceptable for anyone in my community to be like, oh, I'm going to go out and bully and harass this person that you were talking to because they said something that completely, listen, the person can be like the most racist, sexist, whatever, like, they could be POSs, but we're not. Like, that's not us. And if that's you, then I'm sorry, you're not welcome in my community. So
yeah, that goes into the emotional maturity, which I need to work on myself, because things get heated and emotions take over, and we're dealing with a lot of serious issues going on. So I understand that a lot of people still need to kind of tap into that Zen mode, and kind of just let it go over, just let it wash over. But I realize it's much easier for other people to do that. And of course that goes in with time, and, teaching people how to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, no, I appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, of course. It was great talking to you.
Likewise. Thank you.
Bye.
W's in chat for Chris. Chris in a $1 donation said, W Santana, W Trinity, WU Chris, WU. Guys, I got time for like what? One more. We'll do one more. Because I am hungry. I'm really hungry. I need food. So I got time for one more. You guys want to see something cool real quick? Hold on. Can anyone see what this says? This is my AirPod case. This is my AirPod case. Dope, right? Anyway, I got time for one more because I got to get some food. And yes, I will definitely play the song. I will absolutely play the song one more time. Let's see. Let's get one more person up. I would love to speak to someone that I have not spoken to before, and I think I'm gonna grab you.
Oh, hello.
Hey, SJ, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Wonderful. What do you got?
Just a couple things. I was actually about to finish writing a comment about what y'all were just saying. I think that's one of the reasons I love your space so much. Is it just, I don't, there's a lot of reasons, but that's one of them, especially I think for the newer generation that doesn't quite remember or doesn't have an experience with the world before social media and on everything being online, where this sort of fandom and this, like idolizing these personas online, it's kind of become this big thing. And I think sort of reminding people that there's real world people behind these pictures is important, right? Like they're still humans. But anyways, also I have super bad ADHD, so please, if I get on a tangent, reel me in at any time.
I do too. I take medicated though.
See, yes. So I've just been recently sort of on my deconstructing journey, been thinking about a topic, and one of the other things I love about your space is the people that are here, especially the Black women that are here and educating us all the time with such amazing wisdom, and I value it and cherish it so much. And one of these things that I've been thinking about is being a parent. Sort of not just like the importance to me of like raising children who are conscious in the sense of like the world, but all the isms and all the things, right? And just really wanting to do the best that I can to raise children who are conscious and aware of people and humanity. But sort of where that kind of collides with also being on a deconstructing journey myself, right? And I love to read, and I love to sort of, dive into things to grow as a person. But I think there's also just so much that can come from the experiences of real people. And so just as an idea, I would love if there was maybe like a discussion on sort of parenting. I don't know. I guess specifically there's this idea that I have a barrier that I see for myself, that growing up as a YT person and the way that we're raised and the education we receive and the way we see the world, right? Even as a parent, deconstructing, trying to educate myself, trying to sort of grow and learn and all the things, there's still this barrier that exists for me that I don't seem to be able to find in books about raising my kids in a way. Like I can tell them things and I can say like, hey, this is how the world is, and show it to them the best I can. But there's just a completely different perspective, I think, when you're from Black and brown women, specifically as mothers, who raise children without all of those blinders on. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. And I think that's a great conversation to have, right? Because it's funny, right? Like when it comes to Black people and how we live in society and raise our kids, especially now, it's different. And I think one of the toughest things that we have to do is to have certain conversations and tell our kids, like, hey, certain things that your white friends can do, like you can't do it. And it's crushing. It's heartbreaking to be able to have to tell your kids, like, hey, you just can't do that. And the reason why is because, you see a Black child lose their life for playing with a toy pew pew, and you see white kids actually playing with a pew pew, a real pew pew, and even shooting at cops, and not only being able to make it out of that situation, but being able to make it home. And so I think there's a lot to that. I mean, like, even when I always use the analogy when people try to negate, like, racism and how things work, I always say, like, hey, when you get pulled over by the cops, what do? And they just say, oh, pull over and give them my license and da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, right? I mean, that's cool. But with that being said, that's not what I do. Like, it's a completely different process for me and what I have to actually go through. And so, like, it's much more. And I think that there's definitely a need to have that conversation and to be able to not only have that conversation, but to be able to give people that perspective that they don't get to actually engage in. So for sure, I think that's necessary.
Awesome. And I appreciate you. And hopefully that made sense and kind of came full circle. But thank you for the space and the chance to sort of propose that idea.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. For the people over on YouTube, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I didn't see the people that were, spamming those things. I got them taken care of. Sorry about that. I apologize to the people over on YouTube and the comments that were being made. It's because I blocked them earlier and then I forgot to scroll back down, so I didn't see them coming back in on different accounts. And so, yeah, sorry. Got them taken care of. I need to get more mods. We got to get more mods over on YouTube, especially now because YouTube is becoming a bigger thing and there's a lot of people that actually just watch on YouTube now. So if you're one of my mods and you want to actually, help out on YouTube, let me know. We need to definitely get more mods over on YouTube because YouTube, it's like the fucking wild, wild west at times. It's definitely the wild, wild west at times. All right, guys. I need food. I definitely need food. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. I will be back later. And we'll probably get some debates. Anyway, that's it.
Brunch with my creator, yeah. We're just having some fun. Relax, sharing the moments when the cameras are done. The real you, real love, no filter, no show. See at a table.
Guys, thank you for hanging out with me today. I love you all. You all are amazing. Thank you for all the taps, the gifts, the likes. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being amazing. I will see you all later. I love you.
Just because the bottom line answer is yes doesn't mean there's not other underlining factors that matter.
Okay.
Thank you, Lee. Okay, if you voted for Trump, I think that's a request.
United States, Dean. Do I have 200 plus million people?
Oh, but
So
I thought
there's
it was
not a
about your
difference, Dean?
daughters. But I thought it
So
was
you're
about your.
gaslighting.
But I
So
thought it
there's
was
not
about
a-
your daughters. I thought it was about your daughters. Like promoting, like what you want for your daughters.
I can't even answer a question or speak without you muting me, bro.
Right,
That's
right,
lame,
right,
Dean.
right, right.
That's
No, go
lame,
ahead,
bro.
go
I
ahead,
didn't
go
follow
ahead.
you for that.
No, but you're
That's
good.
pretty lame, Dean.
Go ahead, bro.
It's a big difference, Dean, between me and the president of the United. First of all, Dean, I am a Black American. I live in the projects. If I go outside, Dean, there's at least almost every person out here is on food stamp or government assistance. Guess what, Dean? I know that if not all, 80% of the people who out here on food stamps can take their ass to work. Period. You ask me why I don't like Dems. Because I'm watching what they're doing in our community. They gave us subsidized housing to keep us here. The 2-year thing is a good thing. After 2 years, get off your ass and go find a job. For 400, not 400 years, but for 80 years, we've been sitting in this same spot for forever because they gave us free housing in the middle of shit.
What the dude? I don't. What the hardest pivot I've ever experienced on my life at any point in history ever, bro. Like my neck is broken and my ankles are out of socket after like that crazy pivot. So you bring up that you support Trump because you think that bringing Megan Thee Stallion on stage at a Kamala Harris rally was super bad. I bring up that Donald Trump is very bad for young women and girls because he promotes the idea that if you're a rapist, you could literally be the president. If you openly talk about being a P3, you could also be the president. And then you don't have a response. So then you're like, oh, guess what? Poor people are lazy. Like, what?
No, I had a response, Dean. I asked you if there wasn't a big difference between me and the president of the United States, Dean. Because you decided to talk about an 8th post on TikTok that this a random American had of a female sexualizing herself that I reposted.
Oh, first let's call women, not females. And I don't think that she was sexualizing herself. It was a clip of her with fully covered, just saying that it was her first day as a preschool teacher. You're saying that she was sexualizing herself because she had a large butt. That's what it is. And this is what a lot of women experience, right? The real world experience for so many women in America, for so many women in the world, is like
Dean,
the fact of the
what are
matter.
we talking?
The fact of the matter is, if they have a large
What are we
butt,
talking about,
if they
Dean?
have large breasts, no matter what they wear or how they present themselves, guess what? The men think they're sexualizing themselves. I mean, shit. I see this. I see this with my own girlfriend. My girlfriend talks about this often. How like regardless of what she wears or how she presents herself, right? She's always been dress coded
Very
in school
disappointing debate, Dean.
by the male teachers, regardless of what she'd wear, and how other people in her same circles that had a different body than her were able to wear significantly different clothes than she could, because regardless of what she wore, she was always sexualizing herself. So the reason why I'm giving you this longer explanation is just because of how like unfair it was for you to suggest that this woman in this clip was sexualizing herself, just because she had a large butt and she was presenting herself and clothes that covered her full body, talking about how it's her first day at work.
Dean, would you agree that you have no idea who that person is?
I do.
I
know who it is.
I
haven't
wasn't
seen the
asking
post.
you. Did you?
Yeah,
Did
sure,
you
I'm
brought
here,
some backup,
though.
Dean?
I'm
Did
here.
You need
I'm
it,
here.
Dean.
Listen.
You brought
Hey,
backup, Dean.
Hey,
You
world,
need it, Dean.
world,
You need it, Dean.
Listen.
Yeah,
This is
Dean.
what I need from
Hey,
you.
Dean.
One second. Just 1 second, Santana.
No, I'm gonna be back in your live later.
Give me like 30 seconds here. So I didn't know that you have like a literal.
Nah, kick me. We'll one.
I didn't know that you thought I had a.
We'll 1v1, Dean.
Do you
We'll
want
1v1.
How about we 2v2?
Add me later.
I got him.
Like I didn't know that you think I have a crystal ball. I told Santana before I even started my stream for the day that he could join up whenever he wants to if he wants to co-host. And I didn't know that like I had a crystal ball. I had a crystal ball, and I knew exactly at this time that I'd have like, you know, the what's the name from the Dune movies? The Lisan Al-Gib or Al-Ghi, I forget the name. Right? Like the Trump supporter that's finally able to kick my ass join, and I'd have to call him back up. I didn't know that.
He's running because he's terrified. But first and foremost, that's not how you leave the app. You can still hear our voices coming out of your phone. Like if you want to leave, you have to come back and leave the right way. But even more than that, see, he just completely shut it off. Like I just finished up my live, and I was just like scrolling by to listen, which, you know, I hang out all the time, and I heard this guy saying the most unhinged things that I've ever heard. And so I'll get out of your way. I'll just say this, like, one, for anyone who is blaming Kamala and Megan Thee Stallion or Kamala Harris, like that whole connection, the one thing that I'll just say is America hates women. Like that's the easiest way to say it. And no matter if it's them, quote unquote, sexualizing themselves or it's people actually sexualizing them, whether it's, you know, them needing or wanting access to have bodily autonomy, like it's just a whole thing. Like there's no excuse, and like America just hates women.
And like even like more specifically in the context of the conversation that, you know, I was having with that last guest about Megan Thee Stallion, America hates women. But like more specifically, while they hate all women, they also really hate Black women.
Oh, that's misogynoir.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like that also like needs to be called out. It just seemed like, you know, that last guest holds so much disdain for Black women that he'd prefer a rapist to be in the Oval Office. So, yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can. What's
Hello?
up, man? Do you support Trump?
Hey, did you ever consider that it's not a question that the big D is all of the bad things that you say? Maybe you should consider that everyone knows that. Like everyone's heard it, and we've heard it, and we've heard it, and they still voted not for him, but against you. There's some point in time when you're going to have to remember that things haven't always been the way they are now, and they're not going to stay that way either. Let me get a case in point. And if you start interrupting me, either way, this next election, your line of thinking will be abandoned by the Democrats. Abandoned, because there's no possible way to keep it up. They tried doing it your way and lost tragically to a guy that is all the things you say. They lost to a guy that is so bad, you guys have to use his name to earn money like you're doing right now. In order to get the voters back, they're going to have to lean right, which means you guys will drain out. Just like the path of least resistance, you will fall out of the system like water. The problem is,
like water,
the party can see where the voters are laying, and it's not on your side. In order to get the voters back, they're going to have to, one, get the middle back into the Democrats, because we all left. We've been gone for years now because of you. And everyone who landed. Go ahead. Sorry. Everyone who landed in the Republican Party are going to stay there. So they're going to have to make their ideology more right-leaning, meaning you are going to get abandoned. Now, we've seen them abandon the people that propped them up prior. In fact, up till now, the Democrats have abandoned every group they've pandered to that propped them up ever since they started. Ever since. Even the slave owners, the Klan, everyone, the pointy hat, white pajama people, those are Democrats. And as soon as they're like, well, we're not Democrats anymore, they go, oh, but the pointy hat, pajama people are going to get you if you don't vote for us. They threaten us with them either way. The point is, you guys are going to be phased out. Your mentality that you're feeding on, literally, you are coming on here using the name of the T-Man. I don't even say his name because I don't get paid for it. You see what I mean? You say his name because you get paid for it. You need him for your rent. You need him for your baloney. You need him to fuel your bullshit. You need him or you are irrelevant. That's all I had to say.
Very nice, sir. Don't worry. I have a response. I would really appreciate it if you'd wait. Oh, sorry, Santana. I didn't mean to mute you. I meant to mute the guest. Feel free to unmute yourself. I would really appreciate it if you'd hang out and wait for my response, because it sounds like you're really confident.
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. You're going to say some dumb shit.
No, man, because I feel like what you're suggesting here is a whole lot of claims that you have a lot of confidence in. So if you have so much confidence in them, you obviously won't mind me testing them. I find too often guests like yourself come up here with hate and disdain in their heart without a brain cell in their head. So they want to say everything that they find to be the case, but you know that I'm right about everything that I say, so therefore you won't possibly entertain a conversation where I could expose you as being wrong. And of course,
it's so fucking hypocritical for him to come up here and him to actually have the opportunity to speak and then run as soon as he was done. First and foremost, bro thought he was the main character. He literally thought that he was, like Joker, and was giving the actual Joker speech. And then to take off running before
it's what they do. They like to do that. They love to do that a lot. They like to stand on their podium, say their little speech, then leave because they can't handle conversation. You want to know the one thing?
You're so much better than me because I would have cut them off.
Yeah. No, I'll let them say whatever they want to say. I mean, I do try to foster like inviting conversation with everybody that disagrees outside of like hardline fascists. What's up? Do you support Trump? No. Yeah, but no, if you want to know something that is definitely going to be phased out of American politics, definitely with like an intellectual enlightenment, is going to be people like that. That just want think that whatever they say is right, don't really put much like, evidence-based research into what they say. Then not even like when anybody like calls them out on their bullshit or like pushes on them, they disengage. They disengage before anybody has a chance to call them out on their bullshit. Like that echo chamber, like that's the one that's going to diminish and phase out and go away as soon as Trump's out of the office. I mean, that is what Donald Trump invited. The whole lie, spew wrongs, say whatever you want. And then whenever anybody disagrees with you, fucking sue them or disengage. Like that is what is going to be phased out. Now, welcome in, Pale. Do you support Trump? Gotta mute your mic there, man. Holy shit. Yo, Caitlin! Thank you for the $200 donation over on Venmo. This person has an echo. Caitlin, thank you so much for the love, dude. We are paying the bills with Trump's name today. Holy fuck, yo. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate you for that, Caitlin. If everybody could please show some love to Caitlin down below in that comment section while we're working on loading that next guest up, that would be great. That's Caitlin with a K, by the way. Go ahead.
I got two whenever you finish.
Okay, quickly. Caitlin says, you deserve all the donations and so much more. Thank you for being a voice for the voiceless. You are amazing. Please stay safe and please keep fighting the good fight. Caitlin, I really appreciate you so much for being here. You've been so kind to me today and yesterday. Holy crap, Caitlin. I don't even know if saying thank you will do enough. Just know that I really appreciate you. You were so incredibly kind. Thank you, Caitlin. Show some love to Caitlin down below. As well as Alexandria. I'd like to thank you for the $20 donation over on Venmo 10 minutes ago. Seeing me and my bestie Devlin love your live streams. I appreciate you and Devlin for being here, Alexandria. Shout out to Alexandria and Devlin down below. And then Libby 4 minutes ago with the $50 over on Venmo. Holy shit. Thank you so much for the love, Libby. Thank you so much. Let's get 500 Libby W's down below. Libby says, that last guest was a black man who was okay with Hulk Hogan, an explicit racist at Trump's campaigning events. That's a good point. You know, like what could the systemic impacts of that been socially speaking on like promoting the acceptance of racism? Absolutely, Libby. As well as Emily, thank you for the $20 on Venmo, saying to keep fighting the good fight, Dean. You'll never be phased out. Well, I appreciate you so much for your kind words. Show some love to all the donors down below. Alexandria, Libby, Caitlin, and Emily. Thank you guys so much for your love and for your kindness. As well as I'd like to thank Mary for the $10, and then Lauren for the $15, and saying sending love from Germany. Love to Germany. Thank you for being here, Lauren. Thank you for the $15. Thank you so much. Show some love to all of our donors down below in that box. If you got a couple people to thank, go for it, Santana.
Yeah, really quick, just two W's in the chat for Jesse. Thank you for the 5. Yeah, listen, he crashed out before I could say a word. So yeah, that happened. Also, Priscilla, thank you for the 1. Yeah, I was going to get into the whole government housing thing. Like, it's weird how they come up and they have these obscure talking points that can easily be, refuted. And also they don't stand on any type of morals. So thank you for the donations.
Welcome in, Suits. Do you support Trump?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Why is that?
It's because I love Hitler. I love Hitler. I love Hitler. I love Hitler. I love Hitler.
All right. Goodbye. We're going to move on to the next guest, guys. Let's see what the next guest has